Good evening, model railroaders, and welcome back to the Second Section podcast, where it's just regular folks talking about model railroading. I'm your host, Andy Dorsch, and joining me this evening with the most bewildered look on his face is my co-host, Mike Ostertag. Mike, how are you doing this evening?
I'm well. Up
Looks
until
like you
about a
got
minute
lost in the matrix there.
Yeah, up until about a minute ago, I was doing great because the look on my face is a look of when the hell did I take that picture?
Yeah, we got a lot in store for you guys tonight. But Mike, are you woke up this morning and drew breath? Everything going good in your neighborhood?
Yeah. For the most part, everything is going okay. Don't have a whole lot of complaints as of yet. Give me a few minutes and I'm sure I'll come up with something. But I mean, no, everything's. I had to go back to work this week.
Ooh, working back to the Crash National.
Yeah. But I had a little bit. I'm kind of taking it in stride. I made it through the whole week. Everything's fine so far. I got to work tomorrow yet, but I mean, and if I look confused. It's the only look I have.
That's just resting face.
It's just my resting face. It's just what we're looking. I look confused. No, everything's been good. Everything's been good. It's been kind of like I've been a little sassy.
Yeah.
I bought a few things, and now I'm got to make sure I make good on using them. I bought a new smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you did.
I did a thing on Sunday. And Joy took some leftovers from the pork chops I made on there the first cook. She took leftovers to work. Yeah. And everybody at work was like, "What is that smell? Oh my God, what are you eating? That smells so good." And I'm sitting there going, "See?" This is a good thing.
The investment's now becoming a little more palatable to the wife.
Well, she bought a cover for it because she didn't want it sitting out in the elements, so she bought a cover for it. I didn't ask her for it. She just went and did it. I'm like, well, that was nice of her.
It's very nice of her. I'm glad she's on board with your impulsive purchase. Now, what kind of a smoker is it? Is it a wood pellet deal like I have?
Oh God, no. No. It is similar, but yet completely different. It's a charcoal gravity feed is what it is. Yeah. So it has no mechanical parts except for a fan and then the electronic temperature controls.
There you go.
So it holds 16 pounds worth of charcoal, lump charcoal briquettes, or I can use solid wood in it, straight wood in it too. And it's good for 13 hours. When full, it's good for up to 13 hours. Yeah. Is it
a master build?
No, it is not. It's an Oklahoma Joe Tahoma 900.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we have, I mean, we probably should have a second section barbecue then.
That's a great idea.
With all of these new devices that you have for cooking meat.
How about this? How about we have an second section cook-off thing? You use your plug-in oven, and then I'll use what I've got, and
I'll bring the sides.
And we'll do the same thing. We'll do the same thing, and we'll do that, and we'll have people taste test it and see which one they like.
Look at this during the Green Bay show. Maybe that's not a bad idea.
Ooh, that might not be such a bad idea. We could talk to the people down at the Green Bay Model Railroad Club, right down there by Voyager Park, and see if we couldn't do it down there.
Yeah. A live steam off.
A live steam off.
They volunteer as
listen to this. Look at this. This might just be a thing here all of a sudden.
So welcome to the second section smoking.
We're
podcast.
we're transitioning from model
It's always
railroading
good
into
to
a cooking
pivot.
show.
It's always good to pivot. Yeah. It's always good to pivot.
Brings in new audiences.
That's right.
Right.
So
to keep things fresh, Chris. I mean, that's what.
Absolutely.
That's what I mean.
And we've been.
I have 100 recipes for how to cook on the sidewall of a locomotive.
There you go.
See what I mean?
That's a great segue because our guest tonight, he's got a detail for that, doesn't he? You got your sidewall cooker.
I do. Yeah. That was a fun one.
So we're gonna welcome back to the second section here, Chris Wallace from Wallace Locomotive Works. First of all, thank you, Chris, for agreeing to come back to the show under gunpoint. Thank you. But yeah,
would be without it.
Yeah, but thank you so much.
No problem.
Welcome back. How you been?
It's been busy.
Is it? Yeah,
it's been very busy.
So your real life as a railroader, right? Busy?
That's correct. Yeah, that's busy. You know, the holiday season's coming, stuff is moving around, and and business has just been on the other side of things have been absolutely busy too. Orders are crazy, and keeping up with stock and certain things have been crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's been wild of an experience these last few months. So
yeah,
I'm reveling in it right now, just kind of like watching it all go on. It's like, whoa, okay, this is pretty cool. But a lot of people from this show too. I've seen a lot of the names come across and stuff like that. So
it's really cool having you back on the show. The last time we had Chris on, we talked about his freelance model railroad. And we talked about his business, Wallace Locomotive Works, right? With the 3D printing details for locomotives and other trackside and building interiors and all that good stuff. But we have him back tonight to talk with us about modeling Class 1, because Chris, you're also a Class 1 modeler as well, correct?
That's correct. Yep, more NS and CSX for the most part.
Yeah. So you're modeling East Coast and Appalachia type stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have like any particular layout that you're really getting into, or?
I mean, right now, my layout's been this week has been crazy. Got a little kick to do it this week, like a nice little bump to start working on it, and I've been going through it pretty quick. But it's staying this portion. I have 2 layers.
Okay.
Because I'm very indecisive when it comes to layouts. I went through about 7, 8, maybe 10 different ideas over the last couple of years. What to do. And I don't want to make something, tear it down. I've been like, what am I going to make? So I built it where there's 2 layers, and the 2 layers are going to be 2 different places. So the bottom one is going to be, which is something I'm working on. It's a fictional proto freelance port railroad that's based out of Rhode Island, a place that I used to go to a lot.
Okay.
And that's something I've been working on a lot. And then the top section, I may go fully prototypical on it, but I don't know yet. But I could still incorporate the stuff that I model, like the NS stuff, into it as well. So I'm leaning to 2 different options. One was another railroad in the area, but the other I was kind of like looking at the Hollidaysburg branch in Altoona to Hollidaysburg, PA. I was kind of looking at that because I thought it was kind of cool where I can incorporate all my NS stuff into it. And I love going to Altoona, and it'd be kind of nice to throw that into it, like model Alto Tower, throw sheets in there, I think, and something different, because there's a lot of opportunity. So
yeah, it's interesting. There's a comment here from Adam. Adam, he says you'll have to paint them yellow soon.
Yeah, I might have
to. Think that's going to happen?
It might. I'm starting to feel like it might happen, but
that's good.
It's going to change a lot of things if it does.
I bet. So welcome back, Chris. So we got a crazy show. So much so that I had to write it all down. It's insane.
It's not gonna be that doggone crazy.
It's gonna be insane. I'm telling you, Mike. So tonight, after the introductions here, we're gonna dip into some news. We got some news happening from around the railroad world that we want to bring to everyone's attention. We got hashtag not sponsored tonight, our normal show routine. We got to talk about some things that I got rolling on the track behind me here. And then we're gonna get into our topic. We got to give away $100 gift card to Engine House Services this evening for the people that went to our Facebook page, not our group, but our page, and shared, and wrote done on the bottom of that post. So I collected all of those entries. We got 46 of them. We're going to give that away. And then on top of all of that, we have to do what's on our workbench tonight. And we got special guest referee Chris with us this evening.
Okay.
Who's going to weigh in on the grading of some of these workbenches that were on our Facebook group, which we just renamed the Crew Lounge, the Second Section Podcast Crew Lounge. So I think we got a full slate tonight. So Mike,
what
do we want to talk about what's happening out west? A lot of stuff out west.
Out west, like way out west,
like way up north. Johnny Horton wrote a song about this state.
He did.
He did. Way up north to Alaska, go north. The road is on. Hey,
yeah,
right.
After a long time. I mean, okay, so we were introduced to this. Oh my goodness, how long ago? Well, I gotta find mine. Hold on a second.
My 557 hat on here. There we go.
I don't know mine.
Now we're official. We're doing wardrobe changes right in the middle of all of this. So we got our Alaska 557s on this evening. They're firing that bad boy up.
I know, and
After
it's kind of bittersweet, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But it's so exciting. It is so exciting.
13 years.
13 years in this. Now I got other than the fact that it's Alaska, now you got another reason to go up there.
Yeah, right. This is quite the deal. So Alaska 557. So it's a 280, right? And what's the designation for that? Is that the consolidation?
A 280?
Yeah, 280.
Isn't that a northern?
No, that's a 484, isn't it? Or 482? 482. Someone's gonna have to correct us on this. And yes, Heist had
Look
a
what I found.
Did you find your 557 hat?
I wish I had a post-it note. I would have wrote 557 on my hat.
Yeah, there you go, Chris.
Yeah,
get in on this.
Yeah, we got
557. Yeah, so this is cool. This is we got introduced to the 557 through and it was through Stuart Sterling, who's a regular on the Modeler's Life podcast, or a contributor, I should say, and a good friend of their show. And through a couple of social gatherings, we met up with Stuart, and we donated some money to get these hats for the 557. And and Stuart's passed on since then.
Yeah, unfortunate. 5 years ago almost, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
But his legacy lives on here. So with the 557.
And you got to think he's looking down, sitting there going, this is amazing. Mm-hmm. This was his baby. This was, he would talk about the 557 as if it was one of his kids.
It's cool. And there's like I said, there's Lil Pearson Heist a podcast on it. So I think if you guys aren't familiar with the Heist YouTube channel, you should go check him out. I think that's his pseudonym. I think his real name's Mark, but He's got a pretty good railroad themed YouTube channel. So
Yeah.
go check him out there. And so the 557, that's big news.
That's
the
huge
big doings.
news. I have
And
a
then
glare on my 557. Stupid lighting.
Shiny. So then, and what's this about micro trains?
Yeah, why don't we stick with the West Coast?
Yeah, sticking with the West Coast.
Nice segue.
Yeah. So apparently, Atlas has acquired the assets of micro trains, and so I guess, sure, I'll be honest with you, perfectly honest with you. I am going to hold judgment until I see what they start to do with things.
What do you guys in the chat think? What do you guys in the section crew think? Do you think it's a good move or a bad move?
It was always such a nice little family-run company, and it didn't employ a lot lot of but they made some amazing stuff.
Did you see what Katie said online? What Katie posted?
Yeah, Katie said they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, they said always family. What was it? We're not selling. We're not moving. We're not going anywhere. Yeah. Still here. Still American. Still Katie. I'm like,
yeah.
I thought that was kind of it was a good statement.
You know, I hate to say this, and I don't. Yep, that's the quote right there. I made that quote to you, Andy. I said, or didn't I? I said, I just hope it doesn't end up like what they did with BLMA. So, because that we have yet to see what they're going to do with any of that kind of stuff. But it's going to be interesting. Not a fan of it, but it's I'm not an N scaler either, but it's I just like it when the little guys stay little like that and stay, the big fish don't eat everybody up.
Right. That cottage feel good, atmosphere.
No, not saying that Atlas is a bad company by any stretch of the imagination, because it's not. They make some really, really good products. It's just that I guess maybe if they were looking to expand into N scale further, then I guess I understand it, because this has kind of got a lot of built-in stuff already, and they can just kind of keep plugging away. I mean, it may end up working out really, really good. There's some things that they might be able to do that that micro trains wasn't able to do, and now maybe they'll be able to take care of them, because micro trains never went into locomotives at all.
They didn't? I
don't think so. Did they?
I think they always stayed cars.
I think they were only freight cars. Yeah. So I might be wrong. They may have dabbled a little bit in it, but I'm fairly certain they were pretty much freight cars. So yeah, I guess jury's gonna stay out. They're gonna deliberate for a while on this one. I guess the ball's in Atlas.
I see some of the jury right now in the section crew here, and I'm seeing some guilty verdicts here come in.
Well, let's not do that quite yet. I mean, it's they've got to try to make good on it, and it's just recent news, so we don't know what they're actually gonna.
Yeah.
So they did do some.
Oh, they did do some locomotives. Oh, nice. I did not know that. Oh, Z-Scale.
Friend of the show, Randy Timmerin.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Yeah, guilty.
I don't know. I don't think it's. I mean, I hope it works out for them, because you never want to see somebody go under. But it's just it's going to be kind of tough to watch for a while. But
Chris, that's a good point. I mean, when you went into a hobby shop, if you were an N scaler, you went directly to the microtrain stuff, right? Now that stuff is going to go like hotcakes. You're going to, all of that stuff is going to get spread to all over the place. It's going to, disappear. And now it's going to be Atlas. And how long is it going to be? Because microtrains was really good about keeping shelves stocked.
Yeah, they were.
you know, and they wouldn't just do 1 or 2 road names or 2 or 3 road names on a production run. They'd do a bunch, you know. So it was kind of cool. It was really, really cool. But we'll see how it goes. This might be the most negative thing we've had to deal with, really.
Well, it's the most negative thing we've ever brought up on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's for
no,
sure.
I am not getting into N scale.
No,
that's
not. No,
that's way too far. My arthritis in my hands and my eyesight isn't going to let me do that. So
I've been dabbling in N scale a little bit, but nothing crazy.
Really?
Yeah. There's been a lot of people asking for N scale stuff, so I like to try and appease to everybody I can. So I have like an engine, couple like little cars, but it's tough. It's hard. I can't visually see the scaling on them.
Really?
I don't know if it's too small, too big. I can't do it. HO, absolutely, it's easy. But I guess when you're around it so much, you kind of have the eye for it.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good point, Chris. That's a really, really good point. Because have you found
I'm sorry. Wow. This one's just for Randy.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you kind of must do the same thing that I do. I'll be sitting there looking at something at work, and I'll be like, "Yeah, I think they kind of missed this."
Yeah.
I'll be doing like a walk around inspection on an engine, and I'll be like, "Oh, I just saw this released, whatever." And I'll be like, "Yeah, I bet you they don't have that on there."
Oh yeah,
this isn't on there.
I said I bought an Atlas Oakway SD60. I just got it was cheap. I said, let me just get something just to mess with, and I'm just like, there's no ditch lights or MU hoses. I'm like, I don't know. That's kind of. Oh, they have ditch lights, but that one didn't. But like the MU hoses were molded on. I'm like, man, that's it's different, Yeah, I'm not used to it.
Yeah. So in case people could you remind everybody what you do with the railroad? They all are sick of hearing what I do. So could they tell you? Can they tell you, or can you tell everybody what you do for the railroad and who you work for and stuff and where?
Who are you talking about, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know.
I don't work for the railroad.
Yeah, Andy doesn't work for the railroad.
I just want to double check. I'm a locomotive engineer and conductor for a short line in New Jersey. 10 years into it now. I kind of rushed here because I was working today.
You can give the name of the railroad. It's okay.
Oh yeah, Raritan Central. It's a small short line in New Jersey. I've been there for about 3 years now, but it's a great place. I like working there. There's I thought going into like the short line, I'm not going to see a variety of stuff anymore, and I'm still wrong. There's still always something else I'm finding different that I'm like, ooh, look at that idea. And
isn't that crazy the way that works?
I said that I'm always fine. I even today, just alone, I thought about like a couple ideas while I was doing things. I'm like, even as I'm building my layout, and drawing up this whole port railroad that I'm designing, it's like, I could kind of add that. Like, I'm trying to figure out. I have like 3 spots for customers. I don't know what I want to do. I'm like looking at the stuff I have. I'm like, do I want to do this? What about a lumber place? I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to have room for 2-3 lumber flies. So I said, you know what? Maybe I'll do railroad ties instead.
Yeah.
And
there you go.
Because I've seen a lot of railroad ties being loaded up into center beams.
Yep.
And I was scrolling through rail pictures the other day, and I found a company, I guess some short line, I forgot where it was, but they had this like little SW, like maybe 1200 or something, and they had all these modern cars and tons of ties in. I'm like, that'd be kind of a cool idea. Like nobody's done like a railroad tie manufacturing plant, and I have all these fresh ties and load up a few gondolas and stuff like that.
That's an industry you don't see a lot of, if hardly ever, in any of the hobby magazines or anything like that. I think that's a really cool idea.
I'm trying to be different with this railroad too.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying not to do things that everybody's done. like in this scene with this port is there's one track and I'm going to pave it over and it's just going to be like for transformers and stuff like that. And there's just a little waterfront. It's not that big enough to fit a ship, but it'll show the scene of it. And
sure,
it'll, it's just like you can move big, cars. I could store stuff in there. And there was I was thinking about adding concrete ties like that. Maybe like it was doing lumber, but then moving to concrete, like kind of like in that middle.
right.
Because I know Rapido just put out those, I think F50 cars or whatever they were. I forgot what the numbers were, but they were like designed for concrete ties. They ran with the Conrail camp cars in that run.
Okay.
But just something different. But I'm doing like an auto facility and all types of stuff that I kind of know how it works. I wasn't going to add like, I know nothing about fertilizer plants and like grain silos or any of that stuff. So
it's funny. It's so basically you're looking to, and we've kind of segued here, but that's fine. Let's roll with this.
Sorry.
No.
So it's not on the note card.
It's not on the note card, Mike. That's all right. So you're looking at the from the prototype perspective while you're up in the cab, then just kind of, as you're rolling along, seeing what you're seeing and using those elements to kind of bring that back into your modeling.
Yeah. So like, I'm gonna probably, people may say I'm different for doing this, but I will not have waybill cards on my layout at all.
Really?
There won't be any of that stuff. I'm following what I've used in real life in scenarios to run my railroad.
Okay.
So for example, this may sound different to some people, but we use like a Google spreadsheet, and it has the tracks on it. It'll say like track 1, 2, 3, and 4, the way the customers are set up. And it'll be highlighted. I say T-box, whatever is in red. Hey, that's a westbound. You got to move that. And it'll just be on the wall. This is what needs to be moved, and there's your work. Not going to be waybill cards. It's none of that. It's stuff that I've seen throughout the years. I want to be, use what I've seen, whether it's customers, how stuff is run, and so on, the real life, and bring it into the model form, which is what I was doing in my business as well. I'm trying to bring the real thing into the small scale.
Okay. Yeah. So you're trying to bring the real thing into the small scale.
Yep.
So let's maybe segue back to the script, Mike, you little rat bastard.
What?
So nothing. You do whatever you're doing there. Just don't pay any attention to me and Chris. We've taken over the show now.
Okay.
So
Right,
since the last time we talked, what have you come out with? Have you come out with anything new at Wallace Locomotive Works?
Yeah, I did something different, which is something that will fit into. Oh no, you know what? Actually, I did different. I did Christmas wreaths for locomotives.
Yes, you did.
Which was something I've had the idea for probably like 2 to 3 years now, but I could never master how I was going to do it.
Yeah.
And when I finally made them, I said, "This is perfect how I want them." And I tested them, making sure nothing happened to them. I sat there and said, "Nah, I'm not going to release this. People are going to think this is dumb."
Nope.
And boy, was I wrong. I having a tough time keeping them in stock. It is such a weird item to have, but it fits the bill so much because of Christmas trains that are happening now to the end of the year and stuff like that. People are doing, the N scale one. See, there's that Oakway unit I have.
If Andy could figure out how to use technology.
It was tough to.
That's N scale?
Yeah, that's the N scale version.
Get out of town.
Oh, wow, that looks really cool.
Oh, they're painted. The people that have been painting them lately, like my friend Austin, he sent one. I'm sorry, he didn't paint it. His wife did. I had to clarify that. And it's on my page. She did a very good job on it. Like, it looks perfect.
Let's see here. What is it under?
No, it's on my Facebook page. I posted it on there.
I was looking for the actual, the general detail parts.
Oh yeah, that's. I gotta change this site up. I keep messing up the. I'll find it.
Where did I get them from?
Yeah, that's the problem.
I bought some.
They're probably on the front page.
Okay.
Yeah, they're on the front page. Okay, there's a lot of things sold out that I gotta fix this week.
This is good. This is inventory management with.
Well, I'm getting ready for Springfield right now.
Okay, so that's another question. You're going back out to Springfield?
Yeah, there they are, right there on the right side.
Oh, yeah, this one here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right on the Florida seaboard.
Yeah, look at that.
That looks
so
these cool.
So this Saint Nick may have picked a couple of these up for old Andy here. He's looking forward.
Relatively easy, I mean,
do they?
Yeah, there's just a little hook on the back. Some people have used crystal clear just to kind of keep it on there so it doesn't like move around with somebody hits it or whatever. It kind of keeps it nice and steady. But I mean, they're pre-primed, ready to go. So all you gotta do is pick your favorite green color, or you can keep them white too. Like paint little accents. Hey, listen, whatever you want to do. But like I said, it was just such an oddball item to take on and try. But
well, and I like this. You got the little hook on the back to go over the railing, so you can just hang it on.
Yeah,
that's really.
It comes right back off when you want to get rid of it, and then bring it back again for the holiday season. And
I think this is super cool, Chris.
There's more. So this was kind of a brand that I started to make. It's called the Creative brand.
Yeah.
And I want to do prototype stuff, but I also want to let my brain build things too. So this is stuff that maybe doesn't have a prototype or kind of has a prototype, but I want to do something crazy. Like I was building like these was it Watco or whatever, they have fuel tank things for I guess additives or whatever, but I don't like the style. I could never find good photos of them, so I built like my own version. And I'm using that instead. So they're not the prototype, but they're similar. And I'm just going crazy with whatever I want to do. Like there's some other things that the brand hasn't been fully dropped yet, and that's probably going to be a Springfield thing. But the wreaths was kind of the same thing. It doesn't fit under your locomotive parts. It doesn't fit under miscellaneous. It's kind of like in that borderline. So it was a perfect segue into doing that.
Look at these babies. Sorry. These are so cool. And we're going to get into this a little bit.
See, this is why I do the modern stuff. This is,
yeah. Because these are the strobes for the aren't these for the radio controlled units?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That's really cool. And
I'll kind of explain
I do know something about modern stuff. No, it's awesome. So that's cool. So you're going to be, there's been a couple of questions in the chat earlier here. So you're going to be at Springfield.
Correct. Yep.
Are you going to be at any other shows before Springfield? Or
no, I
geared up
put all
for
my
that?
opinion into that because this is, if anybody's seen my last couple shows, I mean, I've put a lot of time into every show that I do.
Yeah.
I really think this one's going to be the show that's going to be crazy for me. I mean, like I said, last year was insane, but I've spent the whole year working on this display, getting things ready. There's tons of stuff that is brand new. And just seeing how things have been, some of the feedback from some of this stuff that I've been doing makes me feel that it's going to be a pretty positive outcome from it. Because I did a show in March and I didn't bring any of my locomotive parts. I only brought my miscellaneous stuff, which was probably about 6 parts. And it was just all my air conditioners for buildings and a couple buckets and the pallets. And it went crazy.
Yeah.
That's just a little bit of stuff that I got,
Your buckets are, I mean, all of your details, like your trackside details, are killer. I ordered up here. Let me put you up on the big screen there. So yeah,
here's the buckets.
Yeah, I love those. And you just, even they come colored, but you can paint them up a little bit.
Yeah, dirty them up.
And the toilets, I mean, I love those. and then the pallets and those acetylene torch tanks. I'm looking forward to getting those.
The color almost was spot on. I didn't even realize it.
And then those propane tanks that you did, those 15-pound propane tanks, those are awesome.
Thank you.
And I love them.
Oh, yeah.
I love them so much. So
propane and propane accessories.
Yeah. Hank Hill. That's right. But I think this is a pretty good segue now into our since we gotta do our hashtag not sponsored. We'll take our first commercial break here. Yep. We'll take our first commercial break. We'll kick it over to the Greasy Meat Hands band here, and they'll introduce the next segment. Take it away, boys. All right. The super cool guitar riff means it's time for hashtag not sponsored, where we like to talk about the things in model railroading that we like and want to share with everyone out here in the section crew. Just as a reminder, we don't do any sponsorships from any vendors. So Chris is here tonight out of the goodness of his heart. We don't get any kickbacks or anything like that from any of our vendors. So when we talk about them, you're getting the God's honest truth from us. So does anyone have anything they want to talk about? Because I got two things that I want to talk about.
I mean, I haven't done this yet, so this is the first time for me to deal with this. So I could just want to say anything.
Yeah, you can say anything.
I'd like to say that all these hobby shops that are out there right now, everybody. I'm just going to name a few, so I'm not picking specific ones, but just ones lately. Like Lombard, Midwest, White Rose. Everybody just spot on with their stuff lately. Prices are good and shipping's been great considering how things have been lately. Like I said, they're all been great. So
yeah. So you're getting are your products in hobby shops right now?
Yeah. Those were some of them.
Yeah. So if let's say if we had some people that might be listening to this that owned a hobby shop, is there a way that they could contact you to?
Yeah, through my email, wallacelocoworks@gmail.com.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. I'm always looking for new people. I'm trying to move into some other spots, and I'm very open to working with people. Like even if the numbers don't look right in the beginning, like, that's trying to deter people. Like I can work with you on anything. Like I'm very open to. I don't care. I mean, I'll ship it for free. It doesn't bother me. I'll do what I got to do. But
yeah, no, it's good. So speaking of hobby shops, Engine House Services is the $100 gift card that we're giving away. If that couldn't have been a more subtle of a hint for Engine House, maybe talk to Chris. Like to see some of their stuff at that store. But I do have something that I want to talk about. I got two things.
He's out. Justin's out running a train with Luke, right? Well, I tell you what, they do not have a good day. They do not have a good day. So it might be nice to hear something positive when they come back. Yeah, they were leaving with 67 cars tonight, and Luke was not happy.
Why is that?
So, but couldn't have happened to a couple of nicer guys. Why? Because there's nowhere to put everything that they had to put away. There's nowhere to put everything. So
I hate when that happens.
That's it.
No room at the inn.
I know. No room at the inn is exactly correct.
So my I guess I'll go for crazy old hashtag not sponsored this evening. So I got to talk about what I got in the mail yesterday. So this is the Holmes Shops offering of the Atlas 51'6" flat cars that they got. And boy, howdy, these things are real nice. So I got, these are the details, the lettering, they all turned out super good. These cars are heavy. So like flat flat cars, I just couldn't believe how much weight is in these cars.
What would those carry? I've never.
So the
like lumber or
so these, Mike, what would
They
these
could.
carry around here?
Okay, so where'd you go?
I'm right here.
Why can I not see either one of you two now? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So what those would carry in like Wisconsin-ish area would be like probably pulp logs at one point.
Yes.
Earlier in their career, they would have probably been like they could have had like lumber in it. They could have plate steel. They could have pipe. They could have almost all sorts of different things. And you can really, the nice thing about them is that they included the first detail I noticed on them was the interior centerline detail on the bulkheads.
Yeah.
So on each bulkhead. So now that tells you that now this is a tipping car. It could potentially carry something that tips. So it could carry lumber, like bundled lumber on each side. It could carry any number of things. So you got to be cognizant of how you're unloading that. So
look at the deck.
Yeah, I know that deck is amazing. It's just a killer car. Yeah, you name it, it can go on one of these things. But depending on era and the railroad that they haul are being hauled on. That's very important because
I read those.
Because the Canadian National, I'm not sure about the other, since we're kind of doing a class 1 thing tonight. The Canadian National mandated side bunks on them.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to go in horizontally into the car, not across the car. And they have to go in lengthwise. So you cannot stack logs crossways on there because they could slide off or fall off with the bunks on them. So now the Escanaba and Lake Superior actually has a bunch that they still use in captive service. They're not able to be interchanged onto the CN because they don't have side bunks.
Oh,
yeah. So it all depends on what the railroad that's shipping and using it. If they're using it for pulpwood, that could be that's something to think about, like the era that you're doing that in. Up until I'd say 2010, maybe you could still see some crossways, but ever since 2010, it might even be before that, but ever since I know from 2010 for sure on, it's been, you got to have these bunks, and that allows you to scratch build some bunks and put them on the side because they're never painted the same. So
yeah. Are those cars still in service, or they hit their max?
Sure. Yeah. No, they're all over the place. I might even have a picture of some.
I just don't think I've ever seen them. I mean, maybe just because they're not a New Jersey, thing in this area, but even in like my travels to like Georgia and stuff, I don't think I've ever seen one.
Huh.
Well, I mean, I've seen.
They're all over here. They're like mosquitoes around here.
Yeah, they are like mosquitoes. So you can still get these at home shops. And I gotta say, the Chinook lines I think is my favorite because it's got the little Chinook, the paw print and the C up on the bulkhead.
Yeah.
Which
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. If you see that, I tried to get that. That was pretty cool. I like that little detail. They still have them there. They're on sale right now for $47.95. And I gotta say, they are a good looking, good quality car. And then the second thing is also a home shops related. The mesquite belt is my favorite. Yes, that's right, Mr. Jackson. The mesquite belt is my favorite.
I don't understand why he would say that.
Yeah. The cow catcher came in in my order. So Chris tucked away a cow catcher magazine, and look who's on the cover. The Split Rock Mining Company.
Look at
and
that.
I think Split Rock's here in the audience this evening, or in the section crew.
He's always lurking about, you know.
He is. Now I gotta say, this magazine, I'm not more red dirt. I thought it was a really cool magazine because they did a expose on how the freelance has come alive, but this it's just a really cool magazine because it's not just model railroading. It's got stuff about the prototype in here. It's got, all sorts of stuff, railroad related, not just modeling, and it's pretty thick magazine. And so I bought 2 years subscription right off the bat. It's only $42 to get 2 years. It's $24 for a year. I think that comes out every other month. And yeah, Michelle Kempema writes a column for it. That's right. And this is just a really cool magazine. I got to say, I was really impressed. Tim Blackwell is the publisher. I know, I think he's been on Around the Layout, and yeah, they have this there's the different hobby shops as well. They tell you which ones are in. I know Engine House carries the cow catcher.
Yep.
Let me see. I don't think I've seen that in stands in Illinois, but it looks good. Let's see. They have a shop listing of where you can pick up the cow catcher. Right here, there's a map in the back of the magazine. So maybe catch up with me afterwards, and or send me a note in our Facebook group, and we can find you where to get it in Illinois.
I'll have to reach out to them.
Yeah, this really cool. And Chris so there's one other thing. Chris from Home Shops, he's got a really cool, he's got a whole page advert in here. And look at this.
Oh, they were at
Really?
Amherst last year? I didn't know that. I'll have to stop there.
Look at this little sexy gem there. I never would have thought I would have seen the Mascoutin Valley in an ad in a model railroad magazine.
Moving up.
Now you have, though. That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. So I highly recommend this magazine, by the way. Really, really do. I love it. So go out and get that. Anyone else got anything for hashtag not sponsored this evening?
I do not. I don't.
All right. That's all right.
I'm trying to think. Was I supposed to?
No, you didn't have to. I covered the slack tonight. So we got to talk about, let's just get right into the topic tonight.
I've been focused on our topic here.
You've been laser focused, and
I've been laser focused on it. I've been laser focused.
So tonight's argument topic, topic for discussion is modeling the class 1 railroads in the modern times. And just, so what's so great about it?
Easily get access to the prototype to get, shots to work on something.
Yeah. That's on my notes here.
That's why I liked it too.
So do you so when you're a confessed CSX and NS modeler?
That's correct. Yep.
Do you do a lot of rail fanning to help with your modeling?
Oh yeah. If anybody knows me, I usually spend a lot of time in Altoona on the Pittsburgh line.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the people that I go there with are listening right now, and
okay.
They know all about Hamburger One and what I do with that, and
must be an inside joke, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So I have a drone, and me and my buddy were standing on a bridge talking and waiting for this train to come up through Alto Tower, and this family shows up, and the guy was asking about it, and I was telling him all about it while I was flying around. And the kid goes, "How much does that weigh?" And I said, "It's like a couple hundred." He goes, "Oh, like a hamburger." And I just looked at my friend and go, "Yeah, that's the new name, Hamburger 1." You know, so I got rid of that one, and I got another one. So now it's Hamburger 2. So as it goes on, it's just going to keep. Yeah, yeah, there it is. He knows. He was there.
Oh man.
Yeah, no. So like I said, I go out to Altoona a lot, and I'm always watching the NS stuff and Juniata shops, and getting a lot of details and stuff like that. So let's pick that apart a little bit. So when you're out there, what are you looking to take pictures of? Like, let's say now you got a locomotive with you, a couple of shells there with you. When, like, if you're looking to add some details to some models, like what do you like? Do you go out and like, what's your process on getting information or pictures, or do you just randomly take out Hamburger 1 and click? Like, I'm glad it's going to keep going with that. Yeah. I love it. No, so like I'm always just taking pictures of it. Like I've always liked to collect the the rosters of like Norfolk Southern stuff and the CSR stuff. I'm only like 5 minutes from the main line for the Conrail shared assets Lehigh line, so I see both coming through my town all the time. So it's easy to model that because it's like it's always there and you're always going to get something. But I'm just generally like, now that I'm really involved in making the details, I'm like, I really sit there and nitpick every little piece, and I try and dissect it down as it's going by. Like, oh, look, there's, say a SD70 ECU, which is a rebuild SD90 Mac, and I'm looking at it, and sometimes there's the air filter or the air dryer is yellow, just been replaced. Like I'm picking out little things, and I'm like, I wonder if that's been done. And I'm just zooming in or doing a roof shot and PTCs, exhausts, AC units, fans, horns, stuff like that. I'm just looking at every little piece, and not every engine is the same. So your Jeep 38 may be different, like a 5637 may be different than 5636.
So why would that be? I mean, I'm a dumb, 1980s and 90s modeler. Like, to me, everything looks the same.
Okay, the problem is like, okay, so the problem with model railroaders is the fact that they think that the railroads do everything for them,
as they should,
as they don't. The railroads do whatever it takes to get whatever piece of equipment back on and making revenue ASAP. So that's why you see Santa Fe war bonnet air conditioners on the side of a BNSF locomotive, or you'll see a CP solid red air conditioner on the side of a KCS unit. Or in some cases, like we had a picture we had one of the BN. It had, okay, Chris, I know you're going to know what picture I'm talking about. It was a BNSF AC-44 or something, or C. It was a -9. It wasn't a -9.
It was an NS-8. It was 80. Oh God. 84.
No, it's not an NS one. This was a BNSF one.
But it had a Conrail door.
It had had 3 of the 5 BNSF paint scheme hoods on it.
I don't think I remember that one, but I definitely remember the NS one.
I got a picture someplace. I know I have a picture of this thing someplace. Yeah. It was the most Frankenstein-looking thing you'd ever want. People were it was in Green Bay, and I was going out of my way to try to get a picture of it because, I had to go right past it. I just happened to actually have to go past it on the track.
I just can't remember that one.
Yeah, it had like a Heritage 1, Heritage 2, and a swoosh all on it all at the same time. And it was all because different components of the locomotive were being replaced. And it was all they did was they just took, we have this available, this fits, bunk, on, done. We don't care what it looks like. It doesn't matter the paint. The paint doesn't matter. We'll paint it later when we go in and shop it and make it look pretty down the road. But for the most part, they're just going to go and do that. Which
I was just going to say that.
What's that?
The BNSF-8. Yeah, that had it too.
Oh, with the contrail quality nose door. Yeah, I've seen that one, but that's not the one I'm talking about.
That's what I thought at first.
No, I'm talking about a different one. Huh. But it's this was all on the long hood and stuff. It was crazy. But they just go out and the railroad's number one job is to make revenue.
Yeah.
So they have to get whatever their equipment is they're going to make it do whatever. So that lends us to some really unique things out in the railfanning world because of the fact that there is a very broad community, and it doesn't take very much for people to start letting everybody know that, hey, this engine's in this location and it's going to be on this train, you know.
So I got a question. So Chris, you got a couple of shells there. Can you show me so let's say, do you have what you showed me an NS one there that
yes, I picked all my NS stuff up that I could possibly find.
Yeah. So let's walk through one here to show. Let's show the fans what we're talking about.
So this is actually I picked the good one. This is actually a unique engine.
Okay.
So here's NS 5628.
Okay.
So 5628, it was former Conrail 7703, which was still a GP38, but I want to say it was in the 90s, 80s. Yeah, I guess there's photos of it. It got absolutely demolished. Hood missing, everything. It was destroyed. And they replaced it with a GP40 long hood.
Oh.
But they blanked out the middle fan. I'm sorry, my engines are dusty. They've been sitting on the shelf.
That's okay.
No, so good. So are mine.
This has been a local on the shared assets for probably, I don't know, probably at least 5-6 years now, maybe longer. But I actually ran this engine multiple times for shared assets, so I have to have it as a a model because it just made sense.
So let me ask you something then. So when you're doing pictures and all of that, are you trying to get like a 360 perspective of the whole locomotive if you can do it?
Yeah, and I also reference a lot of online stuff too. And so then I turn to the side of I'm using YouTube, I'm using rail pictures, railroad picture archives, and it's tough because some stuff is hard to date where things are. So so much stuff can change, and I get pretty crazy with the details. So I've seen in say 2016 this engine had this horn and no PTC, and then 2 months later they changed the whole thing around. Some stuff changes so much, and you got to keep an eye on that if you're trying to keep it as up to date as possible.
Okay, so on that, Chris, check this bad boy out. All right.
Oh, you got it?
No. Back in 2020, when I worked in Manitowoc.
Just stories.
The WC 3018 was released to us. We were the only we had the WC 3018. It's the last Jeep 40 apparently running on the on the CN in WC paint. Whatever. Everybody was going nuts over this. So I started taking photos. Now, one of the things that just like what you were talking about, I'm going to share something.
Please do.
Oh God. Let's see here. All right. Now, check this out. This is from July 21st of 2020. Do you see the difference in the paint color?
Yeah.
There's a reason for that, and a very good reason, because I'm going to see if I can zoom. Oh, I can. Look at this. This is awesome. If you really look close.
Oh, it's a different numbers hood.
That's the long hood from the SD40 6001.
Huh.
So
Get out of town.
The radiator from everything from this portion right here where the little hand guy is all the way to the back was a SD4, a former Algoma Central SD40.
So from the back of the dynamic blister,
from right here, right underneath this, from these where the doors change color, all the way back.
Wow.
All the way back is from an SD40. What happened to the original hood? Not exactly sure. But
that's cool, man.
Yeah, and this was actually a really good engine. They did a good job with it. But that's one of those details where on a class, okay, so now you're looking at a class 1 railroad running a regional railroad locomotive in original paint with a repaired rear end from a long hood from a Canadian railroad.
So another reason to model a modern day class 1.
Because this is a one of one, but there's no reason for it to not make an appearance on your layout.
You
could totally have that with no.
Can I go grab one more engine that I forgot about?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, hold on, I'll be right back.
So we got the comment here of lots of foreign power heritage units. Also on class 1 makes for interesting modeling. This is in my notes that I had for this evening's discussion, and to kind of go along with that, the countless opportunities for rolling stock and freight cars.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Here.
Yeah.
This was actually in Green Bay at one point. Yeah. This showed up.
What in the Sam Hill is that? Oh, that's a heritage unit.
That's the Wisconsin Central Heritage Unit, even though I can't believe my camera didn't break because it is absolutely awful. But I mean, it is it's the single worst one ever made. It is terrible. But yeah, this was taken right down
Zoom
by
in on that little guy, would you?
Yeah.
So this is the CN.
It's actually moving, so and I was in my truck.
That's a pretty darn good shot for a pacer.
Yeah, thanks. I have other ones, but it's this one. I just wanted a broadside one of it, but it's and I switch this plant every day. So
where is that? Is that Sanimax?
No, that's this is Western Lime, right downtown Green Bay,
right
along the river. Yeah. No, that's not Sanimax.
Sanimax is the big, tall, dirty building.
Yeah, they're stinky. They're smelly.
Smelly, yeah. Here's another one. UP has steam exists on the class 1. So there's another one too, right?
They do.
So the diversity of the rolling stock. So Chris, you went and found goodies.
Yeah, I did. You had me thinking about the whole heritage, and this one's always been a work in progress, but I haven't done much with it lately. But the NS 1700.
Ooh,
So I've always wanted this engine. I've ran it many times. There's a lot of photos of me out there in front of it, running it, doing questionable things. But I've always wanted a model of this. Nobody's ever had the details were never the same. What was offered, and then they were offering it in HO. I said, all right, well, cool. Let me see what it looks like. And a lot of stuff was wrong on it. The horn, the way there was like the black box here was down lower, and so I ended up like, all right, I got to buy this thing and have it for my collection. Also nicknamed the Polished Turd because this thing had quite the time.
Really?
After rebuild, I've seen it do some things that should never have happened. It fried itself a few times.
So what kind of locomotive was that? Was that an SD45?
Yeah, with the EL carbide
dash 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I added my own stuff. My own anti-climber.
Nice.
MU stuff, my PTC and AC units, cab signal box, and then I weathered it as well. But that's the most it's been in for a while. I just haven't. It's just been sitting there.
That's awesome. That's cool,
So
man.
I've ran every single NS SD45 countless times. Every single one of them is in quite the different array of problems. I think it was 1705. The floor was, because it's all original plywood flooring in them still.
What?
Yeah, and I remember I saw it the one time, and then I came back, and there was that Walmart foam board on the floor that was drilled into it.
Come on.
Just to cover up the holes because it was so far gone.
It's like my first pickup truck in high school.
Yeah, like 17. Yeah, start using it by your feet, to save fuel. And
pedal power.
Yeah, that's how you grip the rail.
That's Fred Flintstone mobile there. That's awesome.
1703 was the old Smoky that I remember pulling up to the yard, and I thought something was on fire, but it was just that shooting out black smoke. I mean, like I said, it's crazy because like they had the single seat in there for the conductor, and there was no secondary seat. I said that, and the 03, 04, and 05, I think still retained their 20 cylinder in it. And there was a story, the 1702, that was my crutch for the longest time because it somehow, there was an electrical issue where it would not, like, if you started it up, you had to wait 2 hours. We counted before it was able to run.
Why?
Like, it would never load. If you tried loading the engine at the hour and a half mark, it will not go. You could put it to start. You could go through all your PTC testing. Nothing. So it took 2 hours in that 2 hour and 1 mark. All of a sudden it loads up. I'm like, how does this happen? Nobody knew what happened. But in the middle of the summer too. So yeah. So you had to sit on standby for 2 hours.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, they were bad.
So I think it's interesting. So like you do now, you're in New Jersey. How far away is Altoona from you?
About 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours. And so you make the drive to go out to Altoona to do some to fly the old hamburger out and take some and do some rail fanning. And but do you, aside from taking pictures of equipment, does trackside what other things does standing trackside help you do?
I mean, it's a peace of mind. I love doing it.
Yeah.
I just literally I tried to burn some vacation time up this year. I took a few days about a month ago to Altoona again, and I feel like I'm not doing the not sponsored thing here, but
that's all right.
I stayed at the Station Inn, which sits right on top of the Pittsburgh line. Great group of people there. Everybody there is great.
That's right.
And I'm the only guy who will bring his work with him. So if you've ever seen me there, I generally camp out at like the start of the day, and I'm out by 1 a.m., 2 a.m. till working on product. So if I know I'm going to go, I print out a ton of stuff, put it in bags, and then bring it with me. And I'll just sit out there on the front porch, a couple, drinks in hand, and just sit there, putting stuff in the bags, labeling it, stapling it, putting it to the side, and I'll just keep doing that all day. I'll eat up some food, I'll watch some trains go by, and I'll keep doing it.
So so is this the one in Crescent?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so this looks like a cool place.
I need to say all this product research trip.
Yeah, like this, the Station Inn in Crescent, Pennsylvania. That kind of looks badass.
It is such a great place. I mean, I encourage anybody, if they're ever looking for a cool vacation, something unique, something different, that's the place. I mean, everybody, the owners, the innkeeper, the people that, that help out, even people that don't work there but just volunteer. It's just, and there's so many knickknacks too that like you can get lost in that place just reading all this stuff.
Oh my.
There's magazines like you've never seen before. Oh, and the breakfast is good too.
Yeah. It's kind of my kind of place.
It is.
Well, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, the breakfast.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's so
Oh
good.
yeah, the breakfast is absolutely. You have to have a good.
So
breakfast.
I just saw, and not that we're doing a travel channel now, but I just saw on Yelp that this place has almost got a 5-star review.
They deserve it.
Unbelievable.
I'm thinking about building that. I have the model at home here. I just
Yeah.
haven't sat around to working on it yet, but I think that's next.
That's another hashtag not sponsored right there.
It is, but you know what? Like I said, and I'll go out there and like I said, it's perfect. It's it sits right in front of you. It's not far. It's maybe I don't know, 20 feet away, 30 feet, something like that. And they chugging up the mountain.
So this whole just the main one of the main reasons that we keep kind of dancing around here. Yeah, Cyrus Gillespie, second section travel destinations.
Finding all the good brisket places.
I was going to say, and then we bring our barbecue. We have a cook off, and then that's the show. This is a great pivot. But so this is fantastic. So like just having access, being able to be trackside. It's almost like you're building a connection with being able with these railroads. Like this is part of your vacation, your entertainment. It's not just a business or even a hobby. This is like your whole personality.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, and building these things, like especially the modern thing, it kind of opens up a new door for another like idea and stuff. Like for example, so this is a different one. And it kind of falls under not a class 1, but it's from a class 1. So
Okay.
there's a scrapyard in Alabama, and I got this idea really. I don't know why I did it, but they bought a GP38 from when they sold off all this stuff a couple of years ago, and it's been sitting in the scrapyard. And I'm sure you've seen this online, but
yeah,
with the thousands of things on this thing.
What's the deal with the tape on the front or whatever?
I guess there was a sale on it, and they let's just put it all over the place and use it all.
Oh my god!
The start of my miscellaneous stuff was the air conditioners, like for windows, and they have one on the wall here to cool the cab down.
No.
And I said, well, I need that, and nobody sells it. So hey, let me print that up and see what I can do. And well, now I have them because I had to make this engine. Which
I'll be damned. That's really cool.
Am I ever going to really run this thing? I built it on a shell because I figured it's going to be a dummy anyways because the frame was shot. So and I tried to fix it, but it just wasn't holding. So it's just going to be a dummy engine for a shop or whatever, and something different.
That don't matter.
Even it's fun to do. Here's one of the trucks. I mean, even that had reflective tape on it.
That's insane.
It's different.
That's different. So I guess you're going to be building your layout here.
Yeah.
Do you find it easy to get access to like track charts and other types of like material that like research material? I know with the internet you can now with class 1s everything's out there, right?
To a degree. I mean, there's some things that like you can't get. Like specific like company timetables, some things just aren't accessible. But what was kind of nice is that there's a lot of I think they're called ZTS maps, and Conrail had them back in the 90s and stuff, and it literally described how to, like every customer and everything like that. And they're available out there, and there's a website that has a lot of that stuff on there that's been archived. But like as I'm designing my layout, like if you asked me when I was like 15 years old before I worked for Railroad, like, hey, go build a layout, like I wouldn't know what to do. I'm just going to put an oval. But being that I've been around this stuff in industries like that, I kind of understand how to do things. Like how does an industry work? That's why you won't see me do a grain silo because I don't know anything about it. Now, if you ask me how to do an auto facility, I spend a lot of time in it. I have the product. I know how to do it. I know how to unload them, spot them, break them, do all that stuff. Trash companies, I know how to do all that stuff because it's local to me.
Yeah.
And I just saw the thing, reflective decals. Those were N scale reflective decals. Well, they're not reflective. They were from a Canadian Pacific set in N scale, and they were the perfect size to make all that zigzagging and stuff like that. It took a long time to do it. But yeah, like when I'm doing these things, it's just like I'm using the real life experiences to bring that into the model form to really justify how to build things. It makes things easier, and it might be too confusing to people. Yeah, 63V. Oh god, that's a scary one. Like just how to build these trains, how to set things up, and like one of the customers I'm doing on my layout, which ironically is Wallace Locomotive Works. I'm adding this huge warehouse. Like it's going to have plastic pellets. It's going to have tank cars for resin and alcohol and byproduct. And it's most people just go, all right, here's 2 stub tracks. Here's plastic and here's this. But the plastic cars are going to overlap the tank car track. So in order for you to get into the tank car track, you have to pull off the plastic cars, go in there, shove them out, go in there, and then put them back in there. And that's something maybe looks odd to people. Well, why are the tank cars, being hidden? Like, wouldn't you put them not in the foul? No, some places do that. So
these little nuggets are all the things that us model railroaders, because we don't work on, like, guys like me who don't work on the railroad but enjoy the hobby. Boy, if I could just dump this out into a database and just log it forever, as I set up industries for my model railroad and keep that. These are the things. This is the gold right here.
Well, Luke and I always talk about you have 2 different camps. You have the outside looking in, and then you have the inside looking out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's different because, like, for people like Chris and myself who do this on a day-to-day basis, what someone like you, Andy, might look at as, wow, that's really cool. We're looking at like, yeah, okay. That's just a pain in the ass is all that is.
I'm surprised I went for a switching layout. Did I switch all day? Like
all day.
Am I going to want to come home and drill all day? No, like after drilling all day and then drill my model railroading. I mean, I kind of do because it's like, oh, this move isn't working. I'm just going to take this tank car out and put it here. I'm not doing it. I can't do that now. Let me just pick up this 130-ton rail car and just move it out of sight. All right, now I have room to drill. But
yeah, it's and the thing is though is what's really funny about being in the industry and being a rail fan is that once other people realize that's what you are, 2 things are going to happen. You're going to get ribbed. You're going to get made fun of. You're going to get poked fun of. You're going to get nicknames. You're going to do all this stuff. But what the really fun part is seeing all the closet guys come out of the woodwork. Because all of a sudden the next thing you know is, and this happened to me here not too long ago, is somebody comes up and says, hey, I found this book and I was wondering, did you want this or anything? Because otherwise it's going to get thrown away when they go to clean out the rest of the office. And I'm sitting here going, well, hell yeah. Well, it's a ZTS map from like 1988 of Green Bay and Neenah and all this other kind of stuff. So now I'm sitting here going, and it explains everything, how much the car tracks hold, all the cars hold, all of it. Yeah. So here, that's information that is saved because there was somebody on the inside that somebody that isn't part of the hobby understands in a break room, but corner you in a locker room and ask how much it was made for those trees. You doggone right. That's exactly it. Yeah. It's and what's really funny is when you see them at the hobby shop. Oh, I'm here for my kid. I'm here because my kid wants to be here. Really? Where is he? Where are they at?
Oh, he's in the car. Don't worry.
He's in the car. Yeah. Oh, really? I just walked past your truck and there's no way in there.
The best thing is New Jersey Transit still has GP40s in active service. And I remember one night, this guy is like, oh man, there's a bunch of train buffs out here taking pictures. And I'm just like, dude, I know you're a rail fan. Like, just don't even humor it. But I just didn't care. And I'm sitting there waiting at a stop signal, and New Jersey Transit goes by, and I just hear a whisper, "Oh, look, GP40." I'm like, dude, like, you don't think I didn't hear that? Like,
yeah,
I know you like trains.
Yeah, it's okay. That's how you earn. That's how you earn. Oh, where'd everybody go?
Mikey's having technical difficulties.
That's how you get to earn favors. It's because you have to keep. Hey, you know what? I'll keep my mouth shut about this, but it's gonna cost you, dude. This is gonna cost.
I remember when I started my job, I was like, I'm gonna hold this back as long as I possibly can, and see how long it takes them to actually find out about it. And once it broke, it was just like, okay, let's see what they're gonna say here. And they're like, what do you like? When they knew I was going away for a week to watch trains or whatever, they're like, what are you doing to watch trains a week?
Foreman?
I said, yes, I am. They're like, you don't want to do anything else? I said, nope, that's it. But I highly doubt any of the guys I worked with are watching this. If they do, I'm definitely going to hear about it tomorrow. But if they are, I like working with them, and I'm not sponsored to say this to them, but I like when they joke about it. I think it's just funny, that they deal with it and they know, oh, Chris is watching trains again. Yeah, I am.
It used to bother me. It used to bother me a lot, and now same thing. It doesn't bother me one bit. And I was actually Beecher Fest was this last weekend. I think it was last weekend. I can't remember.
You want to explain? You want to explain to the section crew who's not from the area what Beecher Fest is?
Oh, yes. Okay, so Beecher Fest is a amalgamation of railfanning glory, of railfanning glory that is to be experienced. It's 200 plus of your closest former friends sitting in a room watching railroad videos, drinking beer, screaming at each other about how much of a jackass they are that they were there and you weren't, and
the FOMO of the foamer.
Yeah, and it is a absolute blast. It's held, I believe it's going to be in November again next year, like second Saturday or something along those lines. But if you look them up on Facebook, it's there's a lot of running gags and inside jokes about beer drinking and other socially awkward and incorrectly.
It's just debauchery with rail fanning.
It's a bunch of rail fans being degenerates, is what it is.
There you go. To use
you should see our trips to Altoona.
Oh, dude, this has got nothing.
I don't know.
It
gets crazy, and we're all sober, most of us.
Yeah, no, that's not part of this. Sobriety is an option with this, and not one that's typically. I will say this much: it started very humbly. In all seriousness, it started very humbly with William and Marshall Beecher and a couple of their friends and the Beecher's dad watching train videos in their living room, and they just kept inviting more people over and more people, and it got too big for their house. And eventually they got to a point where they needed a bigger space, and now they're 200 plus every year showing up. And there's typically 12 programs, and these are from all over the world. This isn't just a local thing. These guys are from all over the world. We had a New Zealand one this year that was phenomenal. So they got a fun new take on virtual rail cam, don't they? Yeah, there's
what's the name of their YouTube channel?
Are you talking about the Tavern League of Rail fans? Okay, that I think is that the Beechers or is that the Brofest people? I can't remember if that's who that is. There's another one also that comes the day before Beecher Fest. It's called Brofest. So it's train videos too, and that one is they're both just an absolute blast. People have come from all over the world to go to this thing, and it's just fun.
This one's the Tavern League of Rail Fans is the one.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's funny, and it's just, this is a weird aside we're taking with this podcast, but
it's kind of similar to Steel Highway.
Yep.
Steel Highway is another Railfan camera thing that's all over the United States and in parts of Canada and stuff. But it's in virtual Railfan. That's another one. Those are all. But Beecherfest. We gotta talk to them about getting them on the show.
They asked us to come on the show.
They want to come on the show.
I think it would be a good time to have a little rail fanning, and maybe do our brew with the crew with them. Kind of fitting, right?
And the thing is Bill works for the Canadian National. He's
really?
Junior. Yeah, he's junior to me, by the way. Just so you know.
Well, everyone's junior to you, Mike.
Yeah, I know. But
Casey Jones is junior to you.
And then his brother Marshall actually, last I knew, he worked in the dispatcher's office at Metro.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So there's some railroad heritage there with the Beecher.
Yeah. Let me tell you, the Beecher boys are a good couple of people to know.
Yeah. Yep. So much for the Class 1 stuff. There we go. We went right into the toilet.
Yeah. So.
No. So then I guess I got another question with the Class 1s, and maybe this is just the Andy educational hour, and we'll do maybe one or two more points here. Now, Mike, you were bringing up some pictures, or you were digging through, looking for pictures, I think.
Yes, I did.
Point.
I found a bunch.
Did you want to share some of those for the folks at home?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see, where are we at here? Okay, so these are kind of photos that some are Railfan and some are just beneficial because of the fact that I was at work. I'm not afraid to say that.
You guys have such a lucky, I mean, it's like it's an unwritten benefit that you guys have to be able to like be on property, be on equipment. I mean, granted, yes, the work is what the work is, but still, like from my standpoint.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you, the craziest thing is, like, I don't work for the railroad I used to work for.
Yeah.
But they, you can't take away the memories of the stuff that I've done. Like, they did a Toys for Tots train, and we literally built the train up. That was our job, was to build it up. And it was like two NS 60Es modern, two PR E8s, the 11 family engines, a ton of private cars, like Amtrak baggage cars, all this stuff. I mean, you name it, it was part of it. And we were tasked with building the train up. And I'll just always remember that. It was like such a crazy event, like to be in the E8s, to be in all this stuff. It's like, okay, the heritage units, the weird consist. I think I mentioned the last time the ICSD 70. To be able to see this stuff, and it's like, okay,
So this is one of the photos that was a benefit, is the fact that I took this in, I want to say 2015. I can actually look. Beautiful thing about 2017. So in 2017, I took this photo. This is a GP9R. This is what my engine was in 2017. I'm running a Jeep 9.
That's awesome.
On a Class 1. This was one of the best locomotives I've ever run. Honestly, it's just absolutely phenomenal. But here again, I'm like, oh, hey, look, the sun's in a perfect spot. I've got my little mini camera with me. Click. Okay, now I'll go get the gate.
What are the routes? I'll be right back. All right, click, and
I'm gonna try doing this here quickly.
So this is a Jeep 9 4-axle, not a big 6-axle monster.
Nope. Right?
And was this when you were working at Manitowoc?
Can you still see that one or no?
All I see is 3 dots.
Okay,
I see 40. I see 4028.
Okay,
that first picture of it.
Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, yeah. So the 4028 is a What was your question again? I'm sorry.
So my question was, I guess, where were you running that locomotive? Were you out on the main line, or were you doing
I want to say
non-mainline stuff?
this looks like, if I remember correctly, I was on the GenCore job, and this is out in Swamico, or Howard Swamico, and just outside of Green Bay.
Okay.
We were
So-
running around something, if I remember this correctly, by the looks of it.
So basically, you're doing a yard based out of the Green Bay yard, going and switching out a few industries and coming back.
Yep, exactly. And then so this was our engine for the day, and it was just that was
So you don't have to have a basement sprawling behemoth empire to model a Class 1.
absolutely not.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
A lot of branch lines.
A lot of branch lines.
Oh, they still have a lot of branch lines?
Oh, sure.
Because
Yeah,
I thought they were all kind of consolidating and kind of
Look at the
letting that
line
go to the Waccos and stuff.
Look at the line I run on every single day. It's just a 3-mile branch off of the Fox River sub. And it's it's all within yard limits, and so we just go out the 3 miles and come back, and some days we haul 1 or 2 cars out there and come back with 4 or 5. Some days we go out there with 25, 30 cars and come back with 35, 40 of them. It all depends on the day. So, and it's all done with one engine, usually a Jeep, always a Jeep. So,
yeah.
But here in our picture here, quick, I'm going to see if I'm going to try doing this this way. One of the things that helps is, okay, so this photo is from, I'm going to try to see if I can do this. This isn't going to work that way. I'm going to have to do it one at a time. All right, so I'm going to have to stop and then go here.
Stop and share the pic before the people leave the show.
I know. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying. So here, this is one of the benefits also, is once in a while you get like working, my computer is being stupid slow.
There's been some real shenanigan-y things going on with Microsoft lately. I know we've had some issues at work, but yeah.
There's a heritage unit for you. The Savannah and Atlanta, NS's Savannah and Atlanta heritage unit came into Green Bay one time.
So this was on the CN.
This is on the CN with a pair of BNSF locomotives. So here again, modeling this Class 1 doesn't necessarily mean, especially if you do it in today's day and age, any Class 1 railroad is up for grabs to be on any other Class 1 railroad. They're all like paying each other back power, and you never know what you're going to see on as far as locomotives. So I just happened to, this was in let's see here, this was in 2018 that this was taken.
I think I got one for you. Let's see if this works. I've never done this before.
Yeah, give it a whirl.
Dude, that does not work.
Hold on.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So there's a 1700. So that's Oak Island in North New Jersey. So that was called the coast train. So now the coast train is really just generally transferred to 3 different yards, and it's usually about 100, 200 cars daily. And the engine in the lead came off the trash train, which you can see on the right side for a different thing. So we needed extra power because that was one massive train that day. So here, take this Ace. Okay. Well, it was NS 1218, which, if you know, is the N&W 1218 steam engine. So I always thought, like, that's kind of cool, the 1218. So let's see. Then, so I just remove from the stage is what I do.
Yep. Yeah. Just pull it down. Yeah.
So then there was a guy, the late Mike Del Vecchio. Some people may know who he is. Great guy. It's a shame that we lost him so soon. I delivered to his yard, and we were talking, and he goes, "Hey, do you want a picture of yourself in the engine?" I said, "Sure." So he got a picture of me hanging out the side of the Ace.
That's
so every
cool.
time I see that engine, I'm like,
dang.
You know what? I like that engine, because it's a play on the N&W 1218, and so I've always kept that thing around.
That's so cool.
I said, this is why I model modern stuff, because it's like I can go out and keep that on there, and I can still see and go, hey, I remember that memory from, doing this and, stuff like that. It's so easy to get access to the stuff and see it, and it's like, the memories. Oh, you know what? This could be controversial. Because speaking of at work, I had to. Here it is. I had to do that. But I have all types of pictures of that thing on there on the front and whatnot, and
that's awesome.
I want to share. Let's see. So as I do things like I don't also do modern. I do some short lines and stuff like that, and so we have GP15s now at our place. They just came. They're old Mopac units, the G15Ns.
Really?
So, yeah, we picked up two. We picked up the two. So
I have to pull that one down.
So I just saved it. Oh, so immediately once they came up, I said I gotta make them.
Oh yeah.
So I ended up modeling both units, and it was a perfect, segue for a ton of new parts, exhaust, stuff like that. So,
yeah.
So it's that's cool. And then you can also with modeling modern stuff, a lot of people like to do things like that where they put the model in front of the real thing. I've seen scale trains, people have done it with the heritage units. They put it in the background and stuff like that. So it's the same thing.
Yeah. I think that's really awesome. Even though it's not a class 1, I think it's still I think it's really cool to bring that to the show tonight, because just having the connection with what you model is really important, to have that little bit of inspiration. I don't know. Maybe it's just me being folksy or whatever, but I don't know. I get it. I can see how you guys have a passion for it. Like serious passion. It's really awesome to see.
It's definitely fun to that's why freelance and prototype stuff is fun. Because you can get serious, but then you can also get, have fun and being serious, making a class 1 thing is just the photos are actively available, so as we kind of draw
I've got my photos all set. Okay.
Oh, you're ready now?
Nope.
I'm
okay. Finally ready. My computer's done being stupid, I think.
Okay.
I'll go through these real quick if it's okay.
Yeah, by all means. Let's do it.
So, all right, hold on. So one of the things is that really helps is when you're out there doing things and you see a car and you get to be right next to it and you get to see this. So there's 2 fallen flag class 1 railroads that are no longer around. This car is still in active service. We see it all the time. And it goes out on the Foxy, which is a short line out of Green Bay here. And one day I was just in the right spot at the right time, and I just grabbed this shot, and I was just like, okay, that's just, for me, I think that's kind of too cool for school. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some really good weathering too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I mean, it's you can't get over the weathering. That's for sure. Let's see here. What's the next one I got? Oh, this is going to be awesome if this works. Which it won't. No.
Just click the next.
Oh, I don't know if that'll work on. They're all in they're all different windows.
Yeah.
So when I worked in Manitowoc, when I worked in Manitowoc, I had a Jeep 40R, and they have at their Veterans Park down by the lakeshore years ago. They had this mural for the 32nd Infantry put on there. And so we were coming back up, and I just happened to stop, and I'm like, I wanted to take this shot for years, and I just did. But here's another thing showing. Yeah, well, we weren't doing much of anything the rest of the day anyway. So, but the thing is this shows what I'm trying to illustrate here by this is that not always the train doesn't always have to be the most interesting part of the model about a scene. So like if you're out modeling class 1 or whatever, and you have something that like this where it memorializes World War II veterans and it's there's really, this is just on the broad side of a building, obviously, so it's just really, really kind of neat. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's neat,
Yeah, it's very cool.
Let me see if I don't know if the next, nope, that won't work. Oh, you get this, we get a lot of these box cars over there once in a while. No, that won't work. The next one is going to be dun, dun, dun.
As Mike continues to close windows, his computer speed gets better.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know how to do it without going from one window to the next.
No, there's no way to do it really well with StreamYard, unfortunately.
No. So everyone can't remember what locomotive this was, but apparently they wanted to let us know that this was the front. So, which I thought was kind of neat because it has the original cast metal F on it, and then 2 different variations of the letter F on it. And I just thought it was kind of neat. Again, a class 1 locomotive with these details on it, showing that, the railroads aren't, again, they're not worried about whether something looks pretty. So why should we?
Well, what I mean? And that's the one thing that I like to tell people, and I think I mentioned this the last time I was on here, was that not every engine's the same.
Yeah.
So there's always like, look at that. I mean, something different, and like you may have a ditch light off, or the handrails are too bent up because they've been through, they went through a facility and a tree hit them, and stuff like that.
Right. Yep. So this is over at the 35th. What's that?
No, I cut out on my end, so I think I stepped on you there.
Oh, okay. Well, I once in a while when I go railfanning, like over in the Twin Cities, I believe this is the 35th Street Viaduct over the top of Northtown. And here you see the BNSF's deadline. This is vastly different now because they rotate. If you look right here, there's a Jordan spreader.
Oh,
but yeah. But yet the North Star, their commuter line, was coming through. And so depending on what part of the country you're modeling on a class 1, a lot of times these commuter lines are running on class 1 trackage.
Really?
Sure. Yeah, because it's good rail.
Metro does that too, don't they?
And they also have some of their own. Yep. They also have some of their own lines that they own. But yes, and then I've been very fortunate to be able to go all over the country. And these next couple of shots, this is one of my favorites. This I took 2 years ago in Aurora, Colorado, when I went out for the Rocky Mountain train show for the first time. And obviously the Rockies at sunset behind. This is not a good neighborhood. These are all semi-trailers on a road. I was actually able to talk to the crew, and we talked for like they were waiting for a train to go by, and it was a half hour, 45 minutes. And we just talked, and it was amazing to find out different railroad. The paint on the side of the engines is the same, is different. The problems are all the same. So it just doesn't matter where you go in the United States. If you're a railroader, railroaders are a fraternity that, and these guys were so cool. They thought it was the neatest thing that I was out here doing this. And they just, was given all sorts of really cool information. And I got one other one here. And Chris, you'll like this one.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is not only is this a cool picture that I took. I don't know if any of this is there anymore.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
This is the local in Asheville,
Ooh.
North Carolina, down by the river, literally.
P60.
The river is literally less than 100 yards to the left of this photo. This was all buried by water.
Oh, the last
floods.
What, Helen? Or
this
hurricane.
is the recent ones.
The most, in those floods.
Oh, okay.
I took this in this was 2024, and all those floods happened. It was, a matter of fact, I took this because we were at a microbrewery eating lunch and having a great time talking with the locals and everything. I almost came home with a new dog.
Of course you did.
Yeah. And I heard the train coming, and he's actually shoving, believe it or not. But no, I take that back. He had stopped right here, and his conductor was off doing something to the left, and I went and grabbed this photo, and it was absolutely what I am so thankful I was able to capture this, because I don't know that any of this exists anymore. And it's just a snippet of history. And that's why it's been said by many other people on all sorts of other podcasts, and I don't think there's a podcast out there that hasn't said it, but just shoot everything, shoot what you see, because pieces of history like this right here, this is Rondout Tower on the last day that it was in operation as a tower.
Oh, wow.
At midnight this day, it went over to dispatcher control and the tower was shut down. And
I don't think I have it.
What's that?
No, I stepped on it.
Oh, no,
that's all right.
I mean, that's okay. What was you saying?
No, like the same thing with towers. Like when I first went to Altoona, I shot Alto Tower a month before they shut it down. I didn't think about it. Just took a few shots of the PR signals. And that was it.
And I knew that this was happening, so I purposely took the day off and I went down and I took shots of this. I was down here for 4.5 hours shooting. I didn't want to leave. I literally did not want to leave. It was very emotional because this gentleman right up here on the top, he's the tower operator. He's the last guy to operate this tower, or during the daytime, and he had been there for, oh God, I don't know how many years. And it's the tower, as far as I know, is still there. It's just being used by, I believe, CP police, as like a location, like a hideaway type of thing. And then when you go out, you always have to keep your head on a swivel. This is in the Twin Cities. This is at Pig's Eye Yard. You don't know what you're going to see. So always have your camera at the ready. You know what I mean? It just, so one of the CP's military units is right there. It's really cool. Yeah. So, I mean, I took this, this was taken with my DSLR, and I've got a nice zoom lens on there. So it's, I was able to take this from the road, a public road I took this from. So, and then finally, one last thing, maybe the last one, we'll see. I got a couple more here quick. I'm getting the hang of doing this. When the CP had their train all the way from Canada down to Mexico, when they first announced the KCS merger, and when they first bought the KCS, they ran this all the way down to Mexico. This was in Portage, Wisconsin. as they were steaming up with the F units. I've got videos of this also. But this was a lot of fun to chase, and a lot of people knew it. There were a lot of rail fans out on that day, and everybody was helping everybody else with locations and all sorts of stuff. So it was really, really cool. So, I mean, Class 1 modeling, you can have steam on Class 1 railroads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, and finally, one of my favorite pictures I've taken in a long time. Wow, boy, should I do that? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this one. Two more. This one I was was down at Chattanooga when I took that NS picture.
Ooh.
We went over to Chattanooga because the tag GP38 that I should model that railroad, but the Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia number 80 was over there. This locomotive came out and was heading out of town, out of Chattanooga, and last I heard, it's in the deadline now. So that's the last I had heard.
Is it the Illinois terminal?
Yeah, that got repainted. That's out
good.
And about, I think.
Okay, good.
I didn't see it. I was just out in Altoona maybe like a month ago, and I didn't see it sitting there. Everything else but that.
Yeah, it's that's one of my favorite ones. And then here's for the last one. This is actually in Janesville, Wisconsin. A UP Jeep 60 with a 3-car flat car and 2 tank cars on a local. I mean, it was the weirdest thing to see. It was absolutely odd, but it was the first and only time I've ever seen a UP in Janesville. And
was I there with you?
I messed around in it. I think you might have been.
I was there with you.
I think we might have been.
Yeah.
I think you were.
Yes, because we went down by the roundhouse.
Yeah, we were down by the WSOR, and I said, "Oh, I hear a horn. Let's go."
Yeah, and then we found the UP on the south side of town.
Yeah, and it's the first and only time I've ever seen them running through that part of town. And so capture and take everything that you possibly can. And then when it comes to your modeling, use it as inspiration, whether you want to model something for like what John Parker does with his BNSF Fall Rivers division.
Ooh.
There is no Falls River division on the BNSF. It doesn't exist. It's totally freelanced. But he's done such a good job with the prototype aspect of it, you'd never know it. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You can model modern day railroad, but then go freelance on the route itself. And that's that's the crazy part.
Yeah.
And still run a modern railroad.
And still run modern. Yeah.
I think somebody mentioned the Admiral cabs earlier too. That's another highlight. That ever changing, look of everything, like keeping older engines in service and still seeing an EMD or
right, a
rebuild. And like look at everybody right now, like, and maybe not everybody in here, but everybody's going crazy over the Dash 9s on NS. The last engine with just the straight logo is gone. Like it's in storage now to be rebuilt. So if you see a Dash 9 on a road freight, you're going, whoa, I gotta take a picture of that now. 5-10 years ago, Dash 9's leading. Oh, I'm not taking a picture today. I'll wait till the next train.
What was like
now you want the pictures, right?
The SD60s.
Yep.
So they're going the same route.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get 40-2s and SD60s for our road power as a rule in Green Bay on the majority of the trains that originate out of here. And then anything going north, because we don't need PTC north of Green Bay, they always have oddball power, like really oddball power.
Like Dash 8s.
Like 70s. like a 70 will show up, or a 60s, or Dash 8s, or whatever you
with the
name it.
narrow cabs, right?
Yeah,
Do they still have some with the narrow cab?
Yeah, a handful. Yeah. So I mean, it's very interesting. What, you know, we always talk about freelance railroading and all the things that it entails, but prototype railroading is really an entirely different animal. It can be good and it can be bad, because the railroads do the history for you, which is probably the largest benefit to modeling the prototype. But the problem is that in today's railroad landscape, it changes so fast that you really need to just shoot everything.
Right.
Literally, I can't say that enough. Shoot everything. Because like Chris just said, those pictures of those Dash 9s leading, now you want those. Now you're going to have to pay somebody else to give them to you because they did it and you didn't. You know, that can get expensive onto itself too. You know,
I mean, that's one thing is like when I was training, I used to run freight on the Northeast Corridor, so it was cool to see, going down the Northeast Corridor, you have Acelas flying by you, and HHP8s, and and all and toasters and stuff like that, and now it's like the one time for some reason the transfer job, which used to sign up into one spot, they brought in a Dash 9 and an SD60M. And it was just so weird to be going down with the SD60M and two road engines flying down the corridor, watching these things go by. It's like now it's an SD40. I mean, I know it's, but that job was specifically SD40s. So it's like, and then now the Dash 9 and the 60M are both gone.
Yep.
So it's like, whoa, okay. And I guess this wouldn't be modern. I think you used it in the photo for the episode, that 3196.
Yep.
I don't have that one available right now. It's somewhere in a box, but I bought the number boards from that years ago.
Really?
And that was like my first collection because it went to scrap in Crescent, Pennsylvania, and they bought a ton of engines. So I've collected them over the years. I have a ton in the house, and I was like, I need to make this engine. I want to have that. And like, yes, that's a earlier, scheme, but it's like, it's still modern. It's still sentimental value, but I'm never going to run an ST40 like that. But just to have that sentimental value and be able to tell a story from it.
It's the connection to the railroad seems to come back over and over again. Just that personal connection to it. And just a couple of points I want to make. Mike, your pictures, one of the notes that I had was with a class 1, you could model any region, right?
Anywhere. Yep.
Anywhere.
Absolutely.
Anywhere in the United States, Canada, Mexico, right? I mean, any region you could model. And what's even cool, like you could buy the same set of equipment and do like 5 different Fremo modules to do 5 different regions of the country.
Absolutely. And it wouldn't look out of place.
It wouldn't. Exactly right. It would not. I think that's a really cool benefit. And then another thing that I have here in my notes is community support.
Yep. Yeah.
There is so many people online now sharing stuff, and like us tonight, talking about documenting here, document everything. And but nowadays with the internet, social media, we can share all that awesome stuff that's out there and build these little groups and communities for these class 1 railroads, and they will live on forever, because someday they're not going to be the modern, and who knows, there might only be one class 1
after a while,
in the next
maybe
10 years,
1 or 2. I mean,
Right.
years back in the 60s and the 70s, there was a gentleman by the name of Jim Scribbins that was an avid Milwaukee Road rail fan and historian person. And when he went rail fanning, he documented. There used to be a thing in the Milwaukee Railroader, the Historical Association magazine, called Trackside with Jim Scribbins, and it would document like 5 days of rail fanning from him, and each one of them would be pictures, and then it had this Jeep 40, this Jeep 40, this Jeep 40, this many loads, this many empties. It was going from here to here, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Any unusual circumstances that happened with the train on it. It was just, it's like a Bible as to if you were trying to figure out what kind of train to run during what time period,
Yeah.
And to this day, information like that is getting harder and harder to come by, because computers and everything have taken over a lot of what the industry is going towards. Paperless a lot faster than what people even think, and so you don't have all this information out there at your fingertips anymore. You really got to work for it, and it's unfortunate, but at the same time I understand it. But so keep a notebook with you whenever you go out rail fanning and document it. When you get done taking your pictures, write down the consist that you just saw, because you might not be able to remember what all the locomotives were that were on that, and give yourself a second or two to do that. You don't have to take photos always right up until the last second that they go by. Get your shots and get them, and then get ready to document, motive power, number of cars in the train, direction, all those things. We're kind of having to go with the ATCS monitor going away, being virtually dead across the United States because of the digitization of PTC and everything. It's really, we've really gotten thrown back about 35, 40 years in rail fanning, because now you have to document and know when trains are going where. You really need to know train schedules and when things are supposed to be where. You can't just look at a computer screen. Now, I've heard there's ways things that are being done to try to come up with a new system. But whether or not that's going to happen anytime soon, we'll see. But really, if you go out and rail fan, just look for the trains and enjoy yourself, and have fun on the hunt,
That's like
try finding a Farland Terminal boxcar out there in the wild. That's a good one. There you go. If that's on your bingo card and you can find a Farland Terminal boxcar out in the wild,
there's taggers out there that might be able to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, if somebody does that, I want to know about it.
Yeah.
I want to know about it. That would be awesome. That would be cool. I do not condone that behavior, but
Absolutely.
that would be kind of cool.
Wink.
Yeah.
Some people, and I always tell people this too. It's like, it's so easy to, when you go out there and take pictures of this stuff and say it's not your typical run of the mill train. It's like something special, a heritage unit. Like you kind of get lost when you're taking a photo to actually admire what you're out there to see. Like when I was out on my last trip, like the Southern, the D&H team through, I made it a point to, like, even though I'm flying a drone and I'm taking a picture, I try and at least look up at what I'm seeing, if I can. Because, like, it's cool to see it in the photos, but, like, to actually see it go by, you got to kind of admire that. And
that's something we should have you on and talk about is one of these shows is doing drone photography and model and railroading. That would be a good one, because there are a lot of, because I fly drones also. And so I'm
things are changing with that too.
Yeah, not for the better necessarily.
No,
so
and I'm a little worried about that. I mean,
yeah, I am too. I just We'll talk about that on a different episode. That's going to be. So, what do you think we should do next, Andy?
Well, I was thinking we should probably give away some money.
Oh, nobody here likes that. Nobody wants money. Anybody want some money?
Well, there were some rules to get the money, though. There's always a catch.
See, Andy,
I'm just giving it away
right away. Right away, you. Right away,
you just right away. So tonight on the second section, if you follow us on the Facebook group, we've recently changed the name of the Facebook group to the Crew Lounge. And we wanted to differentiate that from just the good old-fashioned Second Section Podcast Facebook page. So right now, we only have 207 followers out there on the page. In the group, we have almost 1,900, almost 2,000. But we had a post out there this evening where if you were to like our page, like the post, comment, done, and share this with someone else to essentially bring people to our page, you'd be entered in a chance to win a $100 gift card to Engine House Services. So we're gonna make good on that promise this evening. So and again, if you want to support the show, because the cool thing is we're getting into some other types of content. So you'll be seeing some content from Mike, I, and a couple other contributors to the show, where we're doing different types of short tips, different types of posts about our videos and our upcoming live streams, and then as well as tips and techniques to essentially keep you going in the model railroading hobby. So you'll want to make sure that you're following the actual Facebook page itself, but you're also welcome to be part of the group as well, which we're now calling the Second Section Podcast Crew Lounge. So that's where our community is going to be. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to that, the people that entered, and we have a funny wheelie spinny doodad, has sound effects in it. And these are all of our people who have entered.
Oh, neat colors.
Yeah, there's just some really cool colors. This one does. My son Henry helped pick some of this out tonight, but we had 45 entries in there. You can see my name's in there, Engine House Services is in there. So those are the whammies. If those get landed on, your name's not in it, Mike. You didn't share and say done. Yeah. If you land on the whammy tonight, no one gets surprised. I'm just kidding. We'll take it out and move it along here, but let's click.
I think it's going to be green. It's going to be somebody in green.
Bet on green.
Oh, it's close.
Boy, you are so wrong. Jeez.
Paul Scott August, congratulations. You've won the $100 gift card to Engine House Services this evening. And don't go away, because we are also going to be doing What's on Our Workbench next. Paul, make sure you go ahead and reach out to me, DM me, so I can get your contact information to send that gift card straight away to you, so you can get your goodies before Christmas.
Yeah, here we go.
Yep, here come the comments. It's
here
rigged,
come the
wigged.
Comments. Yep. I was waiting for this. It was
so
waiting. I haven't seen anybody say rigged yet. I haven't seen that.
At least we got that. So next, so now it's time for we're going to take a small commercial break here. We'll kick it over to the Greasy Meat Hands Band, and now we're going to introduce our next segment this evening here of good old What's on Your Workbench. So take it away, boys. All right, that funky
they need
reggae
new music.
Yeah, they need to get with it. Well, maybe we'll get them some new stuff. So tonight we got our segment back, What's on Your Workbench, where we ask people out in the section crew lounge to post pictures of their what's on their workbench. What are they doing? How are they doing? And at the end of it all, Mike, Chris, and I get to make a determination of who's the workbench of the week. So yeah, not
I need
bad
to find a piece of paper.
So let's all get our tools out while Andy tries to manipulate technology here. I'm going to hit the refresh button now for the last time. So all entries for what's on your workbench have to be in as of right now. So it's too late if you go out there and post and try to sneak stuff in. I'm going to know unless I screw it up somehow. All right, so we're out here, and this is basically the fun part of the evening where Andy gets to go out onto Facebook and do some public reading.
54. Okay.
Yeah, we got 54 comments to get through this evening. We'll go through all of them. We got a lot of them out here tonight. Let me see if I can get this going here. Not bad for an unpaid band. So first one up on the list. See how that's looking. That looks pretty good. Joseph Ginto. Prior to moving, I worked on some rolling stock for the Penn Reading Industrial Railroad. This is Joey's new railroad. These were undecorated gondolas from my friend's collection and entrusted to me after he passed away. They will be in good use as these are now part of the Penn Reading Steel Train. So good start to the show. Thank you, Joey. Let's see what we got here next on the list. Oh, this is a cool one from Danny Random State. So found a decent 5-ton file. Now it's time to play with the scaling portion of it.
I feel your pain because that's something I'm working on right now. I'm not selling military stuff, but I found files like that for myself, and I was thinking about printing them for stuff. And there's so many things available for people out there. Those look nice.
Well, if you could find, Chris, this is maybe an under the deal or under the table deal. If you could find me some Oshkosh trucks, that would be stupendous.
I just found a guy was online. He had a brand new it was like a Mustang and a Expedition. I got to try and get him to print because that'll look perfect for my auto terminal. It's just like there's so many things you can do.
Yeah, right. It's the 3D printing, endless possibilities. Our good pal Sal Manila. These pseudonyms are amazing, guys.
I love it.
Yeah. Weathering with chipping fluid for the first time.
Ooh, that looks good.
I think he's getting the hang of it here.
Yeah.
Let's go in for a closer look. First look what he's got here. This is an old toilet paper tube. I just know it. He's using for a model holder. That turned out really good, Mr. Manila.
So far, so good.
So good. Good job. All right, Robert Pettit. Congratulations. So a big mess as I work on multiple projects. Yes. But you like if
does
this
gravity
is messy,
does gravity not apply in his world?
I'm craning my neck, but like I see a lot of space here.
There's way too much space there. There's a lot.
Get a couple more projects in there.
I like all the outlets on the front. That's crucial.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they also each have their own power button on it too. That's pretty cool.
That's kind of solid. So you
right.
Put your air compressor on there and turn it off so you don't have to.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that is actually a really nice idea.
Huh.
I think that net string out.
Mike Whitman, 2 kit bashes on the left, 2 combined ITLA Olympia tool and die kits, and on the right, a larger kit bash from Walther's Kit Parts. This is beautiful work.
It is. I like the brick color too.
On the one on the left that he's doing?
It's tough.
Good job, Mike. Bob Welke finishing up a Walters underpass for Nagani.
These are all way too clean.
It's the beginning of modeling season. We haven't had enough time for the project to pile up.
You've had all summer to throw stuff on here.
Ooh.
Look at this, Adam Bunkelman.
Those look beautiful.
Slowly working on the Wisconsin Southern bi-levels.
And Bob's overpass looks really, really cool too.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had those.
What's that? What? The Wisconsin Southern?
Yeah.
Yeah, they bought a whole bunch of like old Metra stuff.
Nice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got pictures of it sitting outside of Horicon someplace.
I know that name.
Matt?
Yeah.
Matt Arenson, if I pronounce that correctly. Here are a few of many units almost complete for the freelance and other customers on the bench. Hey, the Chinook lines, Texas and Great Northern. We know that guy.
Yeah.
And then Norfolk Western there.
Imagine if they painted something in that scheme, and that would have been nice. Instead of like the blue, they went with the red.
Yeah.
Good engines right there.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Mike Shanky on my workbench is very clean space. I finished up the book Luke Lemons recommended when he was on the show. Every Tool is a Hammer by Adam Savage, and I got it in a full clean or organizing the layout room. Bought 2 Lazy Susans to get all my tools in order, and now every time I go down to work, I'm much more motivated to get stuff done. I'll spend less time looking for stuff. I recommend to the crew that they read this book. It's an eye-opener. Otherwise, I've started doing scenery on the layout, so my workbench should stay clean for a while.
That's completely disappointing.
For now.
That's disappointing.
For now.
That's disappointing. Just because we know Mike so well, it's just I'm so disappointed, Mike. There should be like piles of WSOR stuff sitting on that desk. It just
bi-levels that we just saw.
Yeah,
right?
See? I mean, exactly. I mean,
Roger Kajawa, I can't see my workbench. I only have I have an operating session, so it forces me to clean it. Here's one from Joe DeLusso, one of 2 tank cars having decals put on. I think he's doing those FRA stripes and all the other stuff.
They had a nice touch to everything.
No, they don't. They ruin everything.
2 sides.
Oh,
Alex Sanson.
Starting early.
No caption, but we're getting started early. We like that. It's taco sauce in the background there.
Oh, that stuff is so nice.
Shut the front door. Does he have wig wags on his workbench?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Looks like it.
Oh, my gosh.
Those look like they could be the ones from Northwood Models.
That's
from
cool.
Like Sue Parts.
Yeah.
They could be those. Because I'm looking at a set of S-scale ones right now. I wonder if those are the same ones.
LV Heron, this O-scale Frenchman River Model Works 17-foot utility boat model just needs a little work, and one day it'll be part of the layout. That's a pretty slick little model. Well done, LV.
It's a nice model.
Dave Nitch, here is mine currently. Back when there was horse and buggy. Pretty clean, though. Pretty clean. We don't see a lot of old-timey modelers.
Old-timey modelers.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
All right. Now
there we go.
Now
the
we're getting
shows. Here we go. John Garvin, in October, I attended Real Rail 25 convention in Burlington, Ontario, where the Railway Historical Societies got together CPR, CNR, ONR, TH&B, and VIA, layouts, clinics, manufacturers, banquet, and even a train show. I kept on going back to Rapido where Jordan showed off the RS-23. Lovely engine, but it never ran on my model part of the Port McNichols sub. But 2 weeks later, my copy of CP Tracks arrives with an article on the RS-23 paint schemes with a Rapido flyer tucked in it. Well, I did a deep dive through my collection of books and I ordered one. Thanks, Otter Valley. My excuse is working its way west as I build the St. Luce in Montreal. John, good job.
That's well done. That's well done.
Yes.
I like that. I like that little
is well done.
Small, like that cubby looking. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels home-like, you know?
Yeah. It's got a nice little coffee mug there on the left.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I like the engine on the screen. I never think my engine would be on a screen like that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
When I made that thing.
Looks good there.
It does. I'll have to break that out. Get that running one of these days.
Yes, indeed. All right, Luke Lemons.
I'm so sick of hearing about these doggone root beer trucks.
What's the deal with the root beer trucks?
That's all I heard about for 3 weeks at work.
So between projects,
he did a great job. They're awesome.
Last thing I was working on was a pair of Graf's root beer trucks. Taco sauce.
Remember Graf's root beer growing up?
I do. It was terrible.
Okay, so one of those stays on Luke's layout. The other one went over to Bob Rivard's Sioux Line layout.
Oh, cool.
So they're in 2 different parts of the country right now. The decals were amazing. I mean, they're just awesome.
Did he have Circus City make them?
Man, I forgot who made them. I'm not sure if it was Circus City or not.
Oh, cool. John Fuller building a small layout for a kid's Christmas.
Oh, that's neat.
Good job, sir.
That pavement work is spectacular.
Look, this is a really high detailed kids layout. Look at the weathering on the ties.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is no joke.
No, that's not just a simple. Wow.
Good job, sir.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Is that N scale?
I don't know.
It looks like it.
I'm looking at that terminal. There's a piece of terminal track on the right-hand side there where it looks like where the wires would connect to it.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Right there.
Yeah. I was just wondering if that would be like an N scale.
But it kind of looks like HO. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It looks
doesn't
awesome.
matter. It looks good.
Yeah, that is really nice.
Here's John Fuller again. A red caboose O-scale GP9 will be 2-rail dead rail Blue Nami.
Ooh.
Maybe that's what's on that layout.
Oh, maybe.
It's O-scale. It just doesn't look it. I'm kidding, by the way.
And there's the shell.
I like
nice.
That. Ooh.
Brad Newland at my home away from home. So I'm finishing up some projects on the Sioux Line, Jeep 30, LS&I RSD, and a Rapido SD10. This is a very nice, clean workbench.
Yes.
Brad. There's a reply here. This is where Brad's home away from home is.
Is that the Barker?
It is.
That's the Barker.
Yeah.
I got so jealous of that.
I got one of the coolest text messages out of the blue from this guy. Is one of the most badass things that was ever texted to me. He just texts me out of the blue. I'm 15 miles away from the Fitzgerald. And it just chills went up my spine. And then I was just like, that's so cool. And then of course I look at the Boat Tracker Geeks page, and sure, there he is. He's
Yeah,
out there, pretty close to it.
I believe the Barker is is that the largest boat on the Great Lakes right now?
I don't know the answer to that.
I think it's 1,000-footer. So I
Is
mean,
it?
it's I think so. It's a right around there. I know it's a badass boat, that's for sure.
Well, it's on YouTube all the time.
Oh yeah,
When he does when he
sounds
blows the
off.
horn. Yeah.
Oh, it has
Oh,
got
yeah.
such a cool horn to it.
It's got a really cool horn.
So now
Well,
we went from going into boats now, from smoking to trains to boats.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Brad.
Yeah. Thank you, Brad.
Jim Barrett, amongst other things, I'm currently stripping an old Athearn Amtrak switcher, ready for renumbered and weathering temporary bench whilst I move to what I will soon be a railway room.
Oh,
That is some really good graffiti. You got to admit.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
I look at that.
that is really
I feel
cool.
like I just saw that recently. I feel like I just saw that online somewhere, and I can't remember where it was.
I like that too. That's good stuff, Jim.
I mean, that's a hell of a drawing. To make all that and draw all that, wow.
Yeah, well done. Another coffee cup there. Good for holding stuff. They are. They are.
I agree.
Cody Milhone.
I know that name.
Did I pronounce the last name correctly?
I think so.
Cool. 3 Cato SD 40-2s getting ready for repaint in my OVT freelance.
Have you ever seen that scheme?
Is this the purple one? Or dark blue and yellow?
I think it's dark blue and orange.
Yeah, I have.
That's a really nice scheme.
Yes. I think he just posted what is it? What's the OVT stand for?
Ohio Valley Terminal, I want to say it was. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. Like, he's good. A lot of room for more projects. So I like how he's batching his model building. It's something that I need to do. Here we go. Peter Moyle, greetings all. Today I have a couple of projects in progress. My main focus has been a Proto 2000 2882. I installed a TCS decoder and just finished converting it from coal to oil fired. Very soon it will be pulling an excursion train on my layout. This is an amazing workbench. He could get another one of these Penned Oriole and Western Idaho 282s in here, though. Look at this. He's got a little shitter on the front part of the. Look at that little portahouse there.
That's where all the bad ideas go.
Or he pulls out the good ones.
Or he pulls out the good ones. Yeah,
look at this.
Best idea.
Look at this. Oh my god. This is top rate. Nicely done, sir. Nicely done. What a workbench. I love it. Oh, here's a good one too. Dwight Anderson. I just finished putting touching up the SP&S caboose by painting the molded railings yellow, and I added working track lights, ditch lights to the rear of the geometry car. I have chassis coming for the FDDM GP50s, and I have I hope to finish painting my CB&Q SD70 ACUs this weekend. Need to paint handrails on the derrick and take a good look at the AC44C6M shells for my CBQ. I love that he's brought all of the fallen flags forward to modern times.
I've seen more than one guy doing that too. There's a guy doing like a modern Milwaukee Road. There's a guy doing a modern Chicago Great Western out there, I believe, if I remember right. Yeah, there's a couple of guys out there doing the what if thing instead of, using prototypes as the freelance instead of.
Look at this. A tube of red Testors cement.
I wonder if it still smells so good.
Man, when I was a kid, I swear my parents thought I was on drugs when I was using that stuff. Oh, come up and my eyes were just looked like road maps. It's terrible. Washington Northern, weathering rolling stock and decoder
Ooh.
installations like I need more of either.
Yeah, that's a good looking desk too.
Ooh, I like
clean.
the logo up on the top. Washington Northern up on the top left there. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's a good freelance logo.
Yeah.
He's got a really cool freelance railroad. One of the first ones I started paying attention to when I got back into the hobby. Really cool. He's got a Home Shops car out there. It's actually the box car is just right down the way there on the layout. Cyrus Gillespie, renumbering a pair of Walther Southern Pacific SD9Es, a GP9E, a pair of Milwaukee Road SD10s, and moving some details on a pair of Sioux Line SD40-2s. Great googly moogly.
That's a lot.
Doing all of that and a clean workbench?
Yeah.
Taco sauce in the back here.
I don't get
Points
it.
for that. All of these guys are so organized. Everyone must have been reading this Adam Savage book.
I don't know. I'm reading the book and I'm not that way yet.
Dennis Blank Jr., just a few things. Look at this. He's organized too.
See, and that's the thing is it looks messy, but it's not. And there's a lot of space in between spots. And man,
well, this is nice. He's got a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah, it does.
Taco sauce seems to be a staple now in everyone's workbench.
I haven't. It's great stuff.
Just a few more things. You guessed.
Geez,
just a few more. You guessed it. Things. Holy shnikes. Look at all the projects he's got going on here. Look at these forceps. Dennis, this is controlled chaos. This is really cool. Look at how all of his tools lined up nice and neat here.
Doing it for surgery.
Yeah. This is he's got the old Dremel magnifier glass. I have one of those. All right. And a layout photo to boot. Ooh, we're getting the full view tonight. Very nice, Dennis. Lee Stormer on my bench today is in the back is the PRR New Freedom Depot by American Model Builders that I finished last week. In front is on the front left is the vintage little hook kit by Alexander Models, which is deceivingly more involved than the first. Am I finishing doing the final weathering and details on both? To the right is the Broadway Limited PRR business car, which just arrived. I'm checking it out. The plan is to re-letter it for my PRR predecessor, the Northern Central Railroad. Those new Broadway passenger cars are baller. Oh my God. This depot was killer too. Nice.
Oh, there's a picture of it. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Well done. Well done, Lee. Stratton Bailey. A whole pile of Killbuck Southern units all at once.
There's a name. I know that guy. Great guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We talk a lot. That's another good railroad.
He's another batch modeler, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
You just got to keep him on the track and not break him. I hope he's listening.
Did he have one hit the deck?
I think two of them, if I remember correctly.
Oh, no.
Not too long after a show.
Greg Terhar, creamery for the British O-gauge layout.
Oh, wow.
Taco sauce in the back
building.
there. Let's take a look at this creamery. Met Greg at Train Fest. He's a super cool guy. We broke bread together.
I was going to say, didn't we go out to lunch with him?
We all went out to lunch with him, and then we went and terrorized some poor guy's booth, knocked a bunch of merchandise off of one of his racks, off of peg hooks. Oh my God, that was a good time. Look at this one. David Winther building the BTS Dobson Farms Creamery. This is the ice house portion.
Wow. That looks cool.
David's such a good modeler. Rob Curl, projects on top of projects.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Got a lot of room on that pegboard, though.
Yep. We need really like a Tony Dixon type entry. Really get things kicked off. Oh, Daniel LeDuc. I installed some Walther's teardrop wall mount street lights on top of my queso station and ITLA laser cut building.
That looks cool.
That is actually 4 feet 5 inches long. The real station still exists next to St. Thomas and located in St. Thomas, Ontario. Next stage is to put these lights to work. That looks pretty solid, Daniel. You'll have to let me know how those lights work, because I need some lights like that for a couple of structures I have on my layout. I can't find any good ones. That's a cool station, by the way. You did that. That's a really good job. Yes. Andy Day. Da da da.
Clean.
So clean.
Nice lanterns.
It's got lanterns. Packers towel, R2D2 in the back, a cheese head.
It's like 611 up on the top there. Or some J.
Oh, up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, the picture. Good eye. We got to have you along for more of these.
I like
shows.
N and W stuff. So you can see where my head goes.
Yeah, it's got some nice lanterns up here too, up in the top corner. Very nice. Very clean. Very good. All right. Here's a picture of his layout.
That's on scale.
For sure.
Yeah.
Mike McGinnis, a couple of EMD switchers and some SD motors, all waiting, lights, speakers, and decoders. Newly acquired taco sauce. Waiting in the wings, airbrush standing by. Yes, that's an old MRC Tech 4 in a wooden case that I use to test motors. If it works, why fix it? And I made a 60-slot paint rack for my Vallejo stuff as well.
Wow.
Look at this MRC in the box here. That's cool.
Yeah, with the Lop Sound logo on it. That's fun.
Yeah, that's cute. All right. You guys writing this stuff down?
Yeah.
Here's Steve Treffick. My workbench is my office right now, and I've been planning layouts, 3D printing the frames for eyeballing the shelf size. And
that is cool.
That's a good idea.
Also, some prototypes for animals, figures in 5.5 millimeter scale. It's, what is it? A maquette model almost, in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool. I like that, Steve.
That's a smart way to do the bench work.
Yeah. I agree.
Waste those materials, not like the natural wood and building stuff.
and that brings us to the end of what's on our workbench.
Tough
ones tonight. We got some tough ones tonight.
I have
Which
my
ones you
3.
thinking? All right.
Okay, so there's that one.
Yeah.
John Garvin.
Okay.
Yep.
I've
I
got
like
Peter.
Joe's.
I got Peter Moyles.
Peter Moyle. Dun, dun.
That one right there.
Oh yeah, this was a Jim Dandy. Yep.
Because if you stop and look at it, he's got a lot of room for expansion there on that too, because that looks like a dining room table.
It looks like it, and the thing is I don't think
can't
it's all
see
in shot.
Yeah, we can't see what's behind there, so there leaves a little to the imagination. Like he could expand. You know what I mean? He has, he has opportunities to start multiple projects in front of multiple chairs.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
He could play musical projects.
Yes,
at
he could.
the table.
Absolutely. Yes.
This is a new concept. He's at the leading edge of some sort of workbench technology here.
Yep, that's exactly it. You just go around the table.
Right, from project to project. Yeah.
Yep, project to project.
Yep.
Or station to station. You take the project from one spot to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and eventually you get all the way around. So like this might be assembly. This might be procurement. Right here, procurement. And then you go to assembly. And then you go to painting.
Yeah.
And then you go to electronics and soldering. And then you go to weathering. And then you finally go to out the door showroom done.
Yeah, right to the outhouse.
Right to the outhouse right there.
It's right in front of the bathroom.
Yeah. So I mean you have so many different things. But then my other one is Dennis Blank's.
Dennis Blank's.
Yeah, because it is just absolutely, while it's not in the traditional sense of what we have come to expect for a What's on Your Workbench winner, there is a shitload going on with those.
We didn't see this one. Oh my God, we missed this picture.
What?
I missed one. I blew it.
Oh boy.
This is me really doing a shit job on the show tonight. This could put it over the top.
No, that's the not so organized part of it. That's where the chaos part comes in.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is
tough. What about you, Chris?
Man, there's a lot of I like that. That's cool. I don't know. I really I can't remember who it was with the like that little nook look to it.
That was John Garvin. That was John Garvin.
Like that feel of just like you just sit in that chair and you got the TV on the left side. You throw on whatever you want to watch, an old TV show, so a podcast, whatever you want to watch, and just and if there's like nothing else in that room, it's just like you can get lost in that room, and next thing you know, you turn around and it's 2 a.m. and you don't even realize it.
Right.
That's what I like. You could get you want to when you're modeling, you want to leave the outside world and just enjoy yourself. Like that's a spot you want to sit and forget about everything else outside and just get lost in the taco sauce.
Now my question is
not on there though.
I wouldn't say no. It looks like there's a couple of bottles in there somewhere.
Right here.
Okay. There. You almost lost it there.
Yeah.
So has John won in the past?
I think John is a previous What's on Your Workbench winner.
Yeah. See, my thing is he's stuck with the assignment. He's got the Class 1 railroad information out there and all of that on it. I like that idea, but if he's won in the past,
okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I gotta go with Dennis Blank. I think.
You want? Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's either Dennis. I was gonna say Dwight Anderson, but
what's that one look like? Let's see that one again.
Dwight, you're right. That one was.
I mean,
what about,
it just
Rob
Curl.
he had one too, like, where we were talking about the pegboard and.
Yeah, this is a deliberation tonight. So here's Dwight's. So he's got some stuff going on here.
Yeah.
I also like that you can look outside. Like, that's cool. Like, you just watch the outside go by while you're working too.
Yeah.
I'm different.
He's got old iron sides there.
Yeah.
So we got give him that. But then Dennis with just the mass. And I was asking for that. I was asking for that earlier this evening with we need a Tony Dixon-esque. Oh, Rob Curl. Yeah. I think you're right, Mike. I think you're right. I think Dennis is going to take Taco.
Can you post a photo of the whole workbench? I want to see the whole
360.
Yeah.
Dennis, I think you're going to take it tonight. Congratulations. We'll get your workbench up here. Dennis Blank is the winner of the workbench of the week. Please give me a PM message, either Facebook Messenger or shoot us an email at secondsectionpodcast@gmail.com to claim your prize. Congratulations, Dennis. And you'll have to fill us in on what's going on with how big is this workbench. It seems pretty big. So congratulations. Good job. All right. So that takes us all the way almost through our whole program this evening.
Perfect.
That's it. And we're just a shade under 3 hours. It's normal. Yeah, so I guess before we tie down for tonight, Chris, I just want to maybe put the ball back in your court just for a minute here. Let's talk about final thoughts on the show. Modeling the class ones, and then maybe just give us another teaser reminder what you're doing up with Wallace Locomotive Works.
To show you a couple quick things, just things I've been working on.
Yeah.
Old Blue Box Jeep 60 converted to a GP59E. And these Admiral cabs are something I offer as well.
Nice.
So you do modern stuff. And, slopes, stuff like that, working on this one. But, and the last one I've been holding out on. My favorite.
Oh.
It's a real thing. Test bed. It's at Juniata Shops. This is how they test all the prime movers.
Dang.
So,
that's cool.
It's something different. But no, modern model railroading is just, you can have a lot of fun with it, and there's always something different to do. Like I said, with however you look at it, there's always something out there for it. There's always something different, and there's a lot of options out there to make that stuff now than there ever has been in the past. So you can really make a model if you really want it. So, because especially with all the options out there now, which is nice. And 3D printing has really changed the industry, and I think saved it. So really buy whatever they want now and have it printed and in mass quantities and not have to pay for tooling costs, and all you gotta do is paint it and clean it up.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. Mike, what do you think about the old Class 1 modeling and movement?
Well, I think it lends itself to a lot of really cool opportunities. I mean, first of all, like I said earlier, the real railroads are doing your history work for you, so you don't really need to worry about storylines or things of that nature. But what you can do is, I guess what it will do, I should say, is it's going to force you to really be more observant to your surroundings when you're trackside, because some real small details are going to be things that you may have taken for granted in the past. And if you decide to like model, say, I'm saying like today, there are some really, really cool things out there being produced that are, just essential. And it's all available, like Chris was saying. There's all sorts of stuff available to the modeler for modern day modeling. I mean, just look at some of the locomotives and freight cars that are available. That stuff, they've, like Scale Trains has done a great job with a lot of the more modern stuff and the variations to some of the older stuff.
Right.
But yet you still have your odd 70s boxcars still floating around waiting for their you still get those all
you should
the
seen
time.
the car I had today. It was build date 78.
We had we had a ex Ann Arbor 50-foot boxcar in the yard that was went over to the east side of Green Bay on Foxy. And I'm like, the only reason I knew it is because it had the black and white stripe on the side of it yet. So and I'm like, oh, that's an old Ann Arbor car, but it has a 79 date. So, I mean, it's still got a few years to go,
Jeez.
But yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, get out, shoot everything, pay attention to what's going on, and really just have fun with it. Modeling today can really be fun because if you stop and think about it, you get an idea in your head. You can actually go out and take a look at it right now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to dive through 15 books. You don't have to dive through, all sorts of ancient magazine articles or worry about this or this or this. You can just hop in your car, go out to where you want it to be, and boom,
here's one, and Andy, you've seen this one. The AR tower that I've been working on. I went out and took photos of this myself and got photos of drone shots and been building it. And then in order to do the roof, like I was going to build that, and I just 3D printed it. Like if I need something, you can just print it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a nice thing about it. It's like, hey, what is this? I was like, oh, you know what? I'm missing a photo of this. Hey, let me just get a photo of it. Like even if I could take the top, like the interior.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like I made my own, switch machine. I mean, like it's stuff that you can just do. Is like with the modern day, it's gonna be easier to get photos of that stuff.
No, I think that's super cool. When you were showing me pictures of that, I know we're getting off on another side, but that was so cool when you were building that.
You mentioned like the storyline of stuff, like how things are like crazy, how like the history of stuff is. We had an engine, and it's still sitting in our deadline it's an old GP20 from the Columbia and Cowlitz Railroad out in, looks like Washington State, and it looks like a logging railroad type deal or something like that. And it looks like they had a few GP20s over the years. So the one day we were moving cars around, and this boxcar shows up, and it immediately struck my interest. I'm like, man, that is a weird looking car. And the build date was like borderline 50 years, like maybe 76. And I'm looking at this car. I'm like, there's something about this car. Let me look it up. Turns out it's from the Columbia and Cowlitz Railroad in Washington. So not only was one of their engines sitting in our yard, but so was the boxcar that probably was pulled by that engine sitting in New Jersey doing two different things when it was in Washington State.
Yeah.
It is still on the property, but it's dead. It's not moving. Wait, is it? Yeah.
But that's awesome.
It's just crazy, documenting these things.
Yeah, so I mean, just get out there and do what you need to do and model what you find. And not only we're talking modern class ones right now is what we're talking about, but it did see somebody was talking about fallen flags in the modern era. That'd be kind of a neat one. Because there are a lot of fallen flag stuff still running around out there that you see. I handle ex-Missouri Pacific gondolas almost every day. Yeah. So, and they still have, some of them still have the buzzsaw or the screaming eagle on the side of it, so it's, cool. Yeah. So it's really, really kind of neat, but, yeah, I think have fun with it. Be respectful of property. That's number one. You do not have a right to be on railroad property for any reason whatsoever. Be respectful of that. There's no picture that is worth getting in trouble over. But then also ask questions. If you know local railroaders and stuff like that, ask them some questions about what's going on and stuff. So that doesn't hurt, because you never know. They might be rail fans too,
Yeah.
Offer them coffee.
Yeah.
Or
right?
donuts. Yeah, coffee and donuts. Food.
Hoggers
Food.
like their donuts.
Railroaders like food, period. There's
Yeah.
no two ways about it. And especially the free type.
Well, if it's free, it's for me.
Yeah, right.
That's right. No, that's good. And then just to remind our audience, Chris, you're gonna be at the Amherst show.
Correct. I just reached out to the show director. He, as far as I know, I'm still in the same spot. The first round of floor plans go out in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So as far as I know, I'm in section 57 in the Better Living Center.
Okay.
There'll be 3 tables. So yeah, you're not going to be able to miss this one. There's a lot to see. Over 400, 500 products available. And I will tell people there will be some freebies each day, 2 different things.
Freebies.
So stuff that hasn't either been offered or I just didn't want to keep anymore. And, there'll be a clearance rack of stuff that just didn't make the cut. And some stuff is kind of low stock. So I'm not bringing a lot of it. So if you first come, first serve for some things, and I'll probably have a little sale here and there, some discounted stuff as well.
Sure.
I haven't decided all that stuff yet, but I do offer at the show, and it's something new I'm going to do. Just because, obviously I'm a railroader as well. If you are an active railroader and you have your ID, I will give you a discount for it. So
love that.
That's cool. That's very cool.
It's something to do, but
Cool.
Stay tuned to my page. There's a lot of different things going on, a lot of new stuff. It's going to slow down a little bit because I want to keep some stuff for the show since it's only 2 months away now. But yeah, if there's product ideas, stuff like that, just shoot me an email. But yeah, and that show will be Springfield, and it's gonna be crazy. I'm going full throttle on this one. So even if you don't want anything, stop by, say, hey, how's it going? I like the interactions. If I can't get to you, I'm gonna try my best. But I'm looking forward to seeing some people and really just showing some of the stuff. All this stuff, I think this will be going to the show.
You can bring that.
I'm gonna have some stuff for display, Florida Seaboard stuff, Quonset Point stuff, just to showcase some other items of what you can do. It's gonna be different. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to it, and seeing different things. So
I'm telling you, I'm looking forward for my order to show up. That
should be in a few days, I hope.
Oh my God.
That's what I got to
I can't believe how fast you turned that around. I'm just whew, and it was out the door. And I'm just like, oh man, so cool. And
I do have to say one thing at the end. I'm not going to mention a name, but somebody that listens to the show, if you're still here, ordered from me last show, and the order got returned because of a bad address. I've tried to email them, and I'm trying to get it fixed, but I haven't heard back from them. So if you're expecting something from my shop and you haven't gotten it, please reach out to me because it may be you, and I want to get it to you and set up. So I just want that fixed to sitting on my table, and I don't like leaving things like that, especially having money. You know what I mean? I don't like that. So I'm trying to get you set up. I can't find any contact on it. So if that's you, please reach out to me. At my email, Wallace Locomotive Works @gmail.com, Facebook, whatever you got to do. I want to get you set up. So
No. I gotta say, Chris is becoming that's first of all, that's good on you for doing that. And you are by far becoming one of our favorite guests that
Thank you. I like being on here. It's
on
fun.
on the show. The enthusiasm, the knowledge, it's just awesome. And looks like the section crew likes having you on here too. So
It's always fun.
yeah, I think Mike, maybe before he sets sail for Amherst, we get him on here one more time just to
do that.
Yeah, if he's willing and able.
Yeah,
as long as I'm not working, I'll be fine.
Maybe we'll have him on for the Beecher Fest show, and then we can kind of plug his store. Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be a good idea. That'd be a good
idea.
Railfanning.
Whatever you guys want, just let me know.
Bring the hamburger.
Yeah, right.
All right, guys. So
I want to see you actually fly it like a hamburger, like put a little hamburger, like have like lettuce and cheese draped off of it.
I'm trying to find a sticker for it.
Yeah,
a hamburger. Just find something.
Why don't you 3D print a case for it that looks like a hamburger?
I could do that, but somebody did that. Like they made skins for these things. Like they'll be like camo and stuff like that. I want a hamburger one so badly. It's just like a bunch of like burgers on it, but nobody has them.
I think you need to make it look just like a regular hamburger.
Have little freaking lettuce sticking out the side and bacon and
yeah, the arms are the bacon. You know, you got two big pieces of bacon. See, now I have this planted in your head. You're going to be thinking about it at work tomorrow.
How do I be like,
bacon? Hey, how can I print bacon?
Great. Now I'm going to 3D printed bacon for sale and
multi-scale bacon. Hey, we're back to cooking.
Yeah, right back to smoked meats, right where we started.
We need
the trains come full circle right back to the depot. All right, folks. Good show tonight. Little admin work here. Mike and I aren't going to be back for a while. We're going to take a small break here for Thanksgiving holiday here in the United States. Our next show right now we have scheduled for December 11th is our next show that we have scheduled with we got the Denver Terminal Railroad and the Arvada and Western boys coming on the show.
Jimmy and Jeremy. Yeah.
I got to hear this one.
Yeah.
Jimmy and Jeremy are going to be on the show December 11th. That should be a hoot riot. And then we're gonna be doing a bunch of short form content on our Facebook page, not group. So check us out there. We're also on Instagram and TikTok. For all you kids who are hip to the jive on the social medias. And then we're doing shorts on YouTube as well, trying to just have a little more fun, getting a little more railroad content out there. But again, come join us at the Crew Lounge. That's our Facebook group, Second Section Podcast Crew Lounge. Join that, answer the questions. We'll let you right in the door. So, Mike, any final thoughts before we close up tonight?
Well, first, thank you very much, Chris, for coming on again.
Yes,
it's always a blast. We're going to get you back on. And all I can think of now is, yes, stewardess, I speak jive. From the movie Airplane, for those that
movie Airplane.
From a movie Airplane. That's as soon as you said hip to the jive, I'm like, all I can think of is, yes, stewardess, I speak jive.
You get a little bit of everything with me tonight. I'm on one of the manic episodes where work was it was a thing today, and so I start singing in the show, and it's just people go nuts. It's crazy. Well, but anyways,
thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Everybody out there have amazing Thanksgiving holiday. And just thank you very much for everything you've allowed Andy and I to do over these last, what is it? 4 years?
4 years.
Almost. Yeah. 4 years, just about 4 years in December it'll be. And so, thank you very much. Very thankful for all of you guys. And, without you guys, this wouldn't be a thing. So thank you very much. And we'll talk to you on the 11th, and that's going to be a show you might not want to miss.
Yeah, if the stories from the Denver RPM or the Colorado RPM were, if the show's half as good as the stories were from that trip, it should be a hoot riot for sure.
Leave your sensitivity belt at home.
Well, I gotta tune into that one.
Oh yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Well, anyways, again, I'll echo the sentiment here for myself, for Chris. Thank you, everyone, and Mike. Just what we always say after we smash our Zuron rail nippers and lose one of the blades. What do we always say here at the second section?
Just keep modeling.
Good night, everybody.